I guess we should go start with the Q changes. So the base nerf isolation. Does anyone want to go first or give their thoughts on those?
You do a lot of fucking damage now.
Riot's fucking stupid.
That's pretty much it.
Riot's fucking stupid.
Would you like to elaborate?
Just go play Fortnite, dude.
Permaban.
Fucking dead. League is actually dead.
Yeah.
Riot has no idea how to balance this game.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
actually
It's a sad
fucking
life, dude.
shit
No,
out of
it's
town.
like, no, seriously, if they just like got a group of like good players or something, like because they know what direction they want to put the game, right? Like there's countless times where they release like balanced thoughts, and then it's like they nail the fucking what's the saying? I don't even know. I'm drawing a blank. I'm half asleep right now. But anyways, they know
They hit
exactly
the nail on the head, you fuck.
Yeah, they hit the nail on the head. But anyways, they know exactly what's wrong, and they state it. They're like, all right, you know, Kha'Zix is doing too much damage unisoed. That's the problem. Duskblade passive, it's too strong. But the problem is, you need to remove Duskblade passive and just buff assassin items in different directions. You can't rely all on the passive. But they like barely touch the passive. What did they remove? Like 100 damage on it or some shit? Like
120 hit level.
and then they buff every assassin's numbers through the roof. Like I just don't get it. Like
So you
they realize Duskblade passive is a problem, but I don't think they
So-
realize that taking 100 damage off is like that big of a deal.
So you do agree with the direction, just not like the way it was handled?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, that's the whole Riot idea. Like, it's been happening for the past, what, fucking 8 years now? Literally, they call what the problem is, but they fixed it the wrong way. Like, it's not even the beginning of how you fix it. They just need good players to...
I honestly think the Kha'Zix change was probably one of the best of the list, just because they gave them the Q ISO, but they also nerfed the base damage by 15 and the W damage to monsters.
Yeah. So
Really
it
is a-
wouldn't be through the roof without the W.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is, though. Like, with the Q chain, it's clear. as
He's a lot less healthy though, which I think is a big deal in
He's
8.6
not that
because
much less healthy.
No,
I
he's
think
not
he's
at
not.
all. I mean, you just need
If you
to...
start red, it's the same clear speed. because
if you're
the red
starting,
kills the wolf.
okay. If you're starting from red, I can see that, but I don't see it at blue as easily. And if you're starting from red, you can also do red blue
Yes.
gromp, which is probably a little easier now. But for blue wolves red, I don't know. I don't see it being.
And even then, it's like cause clear healthiness isn't even a problem because if you just hit scuttle for 2 seconds, you're
Or
fully.
just drink your potion.
Or you use
It literally takes 2 more auto attacks to clear the jungle, that's all.
Before we get too deep into the clear and the W changes, just talking about the Q itself, would we say like overall we're satisfied with the Q?
Fuck. It
Direction
feels
or
good,
no?
man.
I mean, it
It
feels
feels good.
good. It does feel a lot better, but I still like. It just shows you how overloaded the auto is, right? Because it's like, Riot realizes the auto damage is overloaded. They take a step to nerf that, and now I'm still one-shotting people with autos. Like even then, now my Q hits hard and my autos hit hard. It's like it just shows you how overloaded the auto damage was before.
Yeah. I can agree
And
with
it's
that.
still overloaded even after getting nerfed. Like that's how much damage the auto, passive Duskblade, Dark Harvest, fucking like all the random little procs that combined into one. It shows you how strong it is, and it needs to get gutted.
It'll be 80% ban rate this patch. In
Do-
Platinum Plus.
do
That's
any
my
of-
projection.
Do any of you
I
think
mean,
like
he's been fucking banned forever for the past like what year and a half now. So
is there a turning point
nothing
when
really changed.
the changes override like how strong it was before? Like
He's
maybe
way
l-
stronger now.
like
Yeah,
at
I
what point in the game does the damage
Literally
level-
the entire game.
Okay.
Yeah, basically the
If you're
entire game.
isolated, you kill them in one hit. Now.
Okay.
You used to like, your Q used to do fucking nothing, but now your Q kills them in one hit. You can even
Right.
evolve Q now,
Yeah.
and you're
I mean,
not fucking strong.
arguably you could evolve Q before, but
Okay, if you're
that's
playing,
neither
if you're
here nor
Damir
there.
and you're playing in fucking silver, yeah, you can evolve Q. But like, the highest elos, like, there's no point in doing anything but R most of the time because it's so much better.
Wait, you're trolling.
I mean, Q evolve is still good and higher.
Q evolve's
elos, but
still
it's just,
fine.
It's just because it's become the
R
meta
is
that everyone
so
thinks R evolve
good.
is good.
Ours,
I mean,
So
it is good.
R-
is good.
R
It's
just
good.
makes what you do easier. It doesn't mean
It
that
makes it
Q is
easier,
bad.
better.
There's a point where if you get into Challenger and people know how to play against Kha'Zix, right? So let's say, look at all the meta junglers right now. Like, if you know what you're doing, if you know how to play the game, and you know how to play Kha'Zix, like, you're just gonna 1v1 Kha'Zix in the jungle if you built Tabby, if you're playing these meta junglers. Most of the meta junglers right now can 1v1 Ka, but people aren't good enough to realize that. They're not smart
No,
enough to
they're
realize
just
the matchups.
brainlessly
Like,
jerking
yeah,
off.
certain matchups, Kha'Zix does win 1v1 ISO'd, but the thing is, if you go R-Evolve, you're losing a lot of your dueling potential, right? You see what
R
I'm
is
saying?
for ganking, and you're just gonna get shit on by any jungler 1v1 if you go R.
I think
Also,
with
it's
the
like
Q
the
changes,
chance
that's
of, like,
super raw.
It's just if the enemy team knows how to play against it, it's really easy to counter. I mean, obviously, it all depends on matchups, right?
We can
Like,
go
it depends-
further into evolutions like after.
I think
but
we're getting off the topic.
yeah,
here.
we're going a bit off topics. We should just stick with the changes and then just address the stadias
Hey,
now
Q
overall.
got
I mean,
over
I think we already discussed the changes, right?
Well,
Like, what else?
we
You gotta-
discussed the Q. We didn't really go into too much depth on the clears or the W change, but
The clears, whatever.
the
Just
clears,
don't play Fortnite, dude.
yeah.
I swear to God. Epic Games, it took them 1 day to implement Blitz solos. Riot Games, it takes them 2 weeks to overbuff Kha'Zix. That's all I gotta say.
2 weeks, what?
It took them 2 weeks to overbuff him after deciding he was too strong. The last
Evolutions
patch where
are-
they said they were going to make Duskblade changes, and then they
Yeah.
nerf it, and then they overbuff Kha'Zix.
I mean,
Evolution
I think they kind of
One day.
overbuffed every assassin. I'm not gonna lie. Like, has anyone played Zed this patch? Like that motherfucker. I
you
was
should
playing
just- you
Ezreal
should
one
just
time.
drop
I
it as
fucking
anyone plays
Tabby,
Zed.
Iceborne, and like GA and Randuin's. That motherfucker one shot me with WQE. I was like, what? All right.
I don't think I've seen a Zed in general.
I don't think I've seen a Zed with Randuin. Did you say a Zed with Randuin? Is that what I just
No,
heard?
no, I know. I was
That's
playing
real.
Ezreal and I had 4 armor items and he one shot me without R. I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused.
Medi's an ADC main.
It's
so-
true.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's
true.
right. Anyway.
All the good. Any
Duskblade nerf
thoughts?
wasn't noticeable, but that change where you one-shot wards is actually clean.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that shit.
It's
Dude,
cool.
one-shotting pink wards feels really good.
I agree.
Dude,
It's very
oh my God.
satisfying.
It actually
of sitting there
sometimes
for a
it
few
feels better
seconds.
than the Q.
Pretty
It's just
much.
so
Yeah, just
nice.
For that, I'm only gonna build Duskblade, no other items.
No, I'm buying it on all my tank junglers so I can like be a fucking battle ward.
Yeah.
A battle.
You kill it so fast, it's like the ward was never there, because by the time you clear, they won't even notice you were on it. It's pretty troll.
All right. So, what topic do you want to go over then?
Well,
stay
after
on
the
top.
changes, we were going to talk about the current state of his evolutions, and if like one evolution path was buffed due to the changes, or if it's more or less the same.
It's the same. It's
Okay.
pretty much the same. Like,
So-
yeah, Q
better, but
Q evolved got better, but it's like there's still the same power, I would argue.
Because the consensus a lot of people have is now that the changes went through is like, oh, Q's a must evolve, or Q.
No, I
It's
think
not a
it's the same.
must.
It's the exact same. It's
It's just
personal
like a-
preference.
just go
depends on your
fucking
playstyle.
R-Evolve, guys. If
Yeah.
you are below platinum, go R-Evolve.
Yeah.
It is
I
so
agree.
much easier
If
to
you're-
play.
Wait, below
you're gonna
platinum?
learn-
What do you
You
mean,
can run around the map and just smash kids. Like they don't know how to play against it
Wait.
at all.
Auto lock. What were you saying?
Below D3, dude. Q evolve, free healer.
Oh. So
I
you
think
guys-
our evolve is better in lower elos because you literally
I think
just
R-Evolve is
run
better.
around the map.
Period.
just because of the map pressure. And...
I mean, I don't want to fucking sit here for an hour and tell you why it's like if you do get into higher, like it's kind of not as much. It's pretty much even higher, I would argue.
I
like-
think if you can 1v9 and go Q, but otherwise just go R.
Yeah, exactly.
And like most comps in high elo, you can't 1v9 against fucking 3 tanks. It's just not possible. So
So,
So-
bot lane, the game's too.
you just
revolved
pray to
around
God
bot
that
lane,
your
so-
bot lane wins, and then if they win, you just follow them top lane and just sit next to them the whole game. You just,
It's like-
come on, Caitlyn, go hit that tower, baby. And you're like,
Good
yeah.
luck. Good luck playing Ka in high elo and trying to kill fucking 80 carry. Like, look at the meta 80 carries right now. Zaya?
Just
Alright, yeah, good luck, dude. Oh, Tristana? Oh, yeah, dude, leap away and press R on you. Alright, nice kill. Oh, Ezreal, Iceborne Ninja Tabby? Alright, unlucky.
So
I hate Ezreal. I hate Ezreal.
I
He's
think everyone
actually
does.
so stupid.
What's the last meta 80 carry right now? It's another
Kaisa?
bullshit fucking.
Kaisa.
Jin,
Sorry,
Kai,
Caitlyn?
Zaya.
Kate.
Caitlyn, yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Wait,
fucking-
what?
Zaya?
Yelling against
Hello?
Caitlyn
Wait, Zaya?
comps?
Zaya, hello?
Hello?
I said Zaya. That was the number one I said. Hello?
That
Said
was the word.
Ezreal.
Hmm.
I
No,
said
the
Ezreal.
first one I said was Zaya. Is no one here? That shit's recorded.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway.
Yep.
So
Anyway.
so back on topic.
Oh, yeah, back on topic.
Back on the
Yeah,
evolution topic.
Yeah.
So doesn't really change overly too much. Does anyone think the playstyle of Dark Harvest benefits from the Q being better, or just because in terms of how
Same
you
thing.
stack it.
So
I mean, I think if you went Dark Harvest before, you're still gonna go Dark Harvest, but it's not.
It's the
It's
same
not like. Yeah, it's literally.
Okay.
I don't
Because-
think these changes have changed any build path. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like I don't
Sure.
think it's changed anything. Like it's literally the same thing. He just
Yeah.
does more damage. I said. I literally think nothing has changed. No build, no rune, no fucking. Cause same shit.
The only thing that's changed is his ban rate's gonna go up.
Yeah.
80%.
And you also don't strictly need Duskblade to do things.
I think one thing that definitely
You
changed.
definitely still
You-
buy Duskblade.
I didn't
Yeah,
say you don't have to
Dust-
buy it. I just said you don't like need to buy
Duskblade
it. You
might,
have to
might
worry
be a
else
lower
you're trying.
priority.
Okay, yeah.
It might be a lower
You don't-
priority.
Yeah, you still
Yeah,
want
instead of buying a second item, you're gonna want to buy a second item.
Exactly.
Yes.
Instead of auto attacking and doing all your damage, you can auto attack and then Q, and then they die.
Oh yeah. You
Think
auto
so.
attack to do all your damage, then you Q to do all your damage. Yeah, it's really good.
Please, come on.
All right,
This
back to
is a
topic.
serious
Topic.
discussion.
Topic.
What was the topic? No, I'm just kidding.
Shit.
Yeah, itemization. So, like, I guess we're done with evolution, so we can move on to like items.
I tried Tiamat,
Same
you don't need
stuff,
it
really.
still.
Same item?
So-
Tiamat, yeah, I feel the same way.
I
You don't
tried
need
it,
at
it's
all.
still fucking useless.
No, it's
Tiamat-
good.
It's a
After
waste of
Duskblade, though.
1200
You don't want to
gold.
build it if you build it before Duskblade. Like,
Oh, you're doing it after?
yeah,
I didn't
Yep.
ever do it after.
yeah.
I don't really,
haven't tried
I don't
that.
really
I
think.
think,
After you get Duskblade, it's actually like efficient if you get it after.
After does feel a lot better.
I don't
I
really
think-
think it makes sense to get Team Master because you already will one-shot Raptor Camp at that point. It's I mean,
Yeah.
Is Virtue Bot here? I know he did the math on like when it's most efficient to buy it.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it
isn't it?
helps with clear. It helps with wave clear, so you can split. It helps
I'm all
with
for
ice
doing
damage.
math, but
Wait.
it's about what feels best. And honestly, dumping 1,200 gold and losing an item slot into that fucking item just feels terrible.
Virtue, do you have
I
anything
mean,
to add?
the only thing that you're gonna lose it to is like what Mortal Reiner, and at that
Nutty,
point,
shut up.
What?
Alright.
Virtue,
not-
let
wait.
fucking Virtue Bot go.
I mean, yeah,
Fuck.
it's just trade-offs, dude. I mean, if it doesn't feel right for you, don't build it, right? But if we're talking damage, like it's definitely a good item. Oh, by the way, does everyone hear me okay? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You're-
I got
you're
you
one-
over Rob Hockey.
You're
It's
good.
unlucky.
yeah, so like, I mean, yeah, just damage-wise, right? Damage-wise, after Duskblade, like, no other item is gonna give you more damage. But does that matter to you? Maybe, maybe not. You know, that's pretty much all I have.
Okay, but now you only have 2 item slots compared to the.
What else are you
Yeah,
gonna
maybe-
put in that
yeah,
item?
exactly.
You have
Maybe
okay.
you
You
don't
have
need them.
boots,
Maybe you don't need
warrior, boots,
You
warrior.
already have
Let's.
boots.
Okay, yes, you have boots. That takes up an item slot,
items,
dipshit.
Go. 6 items, all 6 items, go.
Did you know that even though you have to buy boots, it also takes up an item slot?
6
How
items,
about-
go. What are you building?
How
Go.
about
Boots,
How about-
warrior,
But,
Duskblade, refillable.
Rob Hockey,
Until
can I
you
just
go
say
eventually.
respectfully?
Refillable.
Some
Guys,
people
I
need
am
to be
actually
muted.
gonna mute. I'm actually gonna mute.
How
you guys.
about-
Calm down.
we don't talk over each other?
Yes, please.
once.
This isn't just a Nutty versus Rob Hockey debate. It's supposed to
You
be.
gotta
a
keep a
discussion.
As funny as that would be.
Yeah, as funny as that would be.
You don't have a pink ward slot, you're just hard trolling. Deadass
Hmm.
in your 6 item build.
Yeah.
On an off-topic note, Loyola Chicago just beat Kansas State.
All right. So
History's mid.
back to topic. Yeah,
Holy shit.
Duskblade, Tiamat. Are those?
Yeah, I don't think I tried it. I don't think you should still go it after
Yeah.
because you just go a fucking Dirk or a Last Whisper and it's better.
Wait,
You have to give up an item slot to have it, and like Hydra's so expensive.
well,
Well, like
have you thought
Hydra's
about
is
selling it?
bad. You don't need it.
can
Yeah,
always sell it.
but I mean, if you're buying a Tiamat, you might as well buy a Hydra at some point later in the game, or just sell it, right?
Sure.
So you're losing gold, and either way, since Hydra's pretty inefficient, 2,300 gold for what is it? It's 55 more AD, and that's pretty much it. Some lifesteal.
What about the counter argument that it's to compensate for your early clear being weaker?
Isn't it the same?
It's pretty much the same. It's like 1 extra auto on wolves and 2 extra auto sets. I guess there's 2 wolves, and on raptors it's about the same since you're gonna smite the big raptor
Well-
like 90% of the time anyway.
Assuming you have the same gold and you instead you buy a Dirk versus Tiamat, like I'm 1-4 math, so like if it did take longer for Tiamat to or for Dirk to clear compared to Tiamat, but I don't think it will.
Okay.
Just from using my brain. High
I
IQ.
think the whole clearing argument is just irrelevant once you get warrior, because
Mhm.
you're basically fine by then.
Yeah, the only thing that actually takes more than EQ, W, or even just WQ auto is just Raptors. I mean, there are some dice, whether you have Tiamat or not, in the same amount of time.
I mean, you're getting the Tiamat for the damage on someone and isolating them in a wave,
Yeah.
The isolation
which
wave
is more than
nice.
Dirk. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it does feel good.
unlucky.
I've never run into isolation problems in the enemy jungle before, so
I
No,
could
in a
definitely.
wave. Hello?
right.
I think
You
the
can clear the
Tiamat.
wave with 1W if you just have one item over
The melee
Duskblade.
Just
minion
let
you
big
can with
let big
Duskblade.
meme say what he
Alright,
I
wanted
think
to
the
say.
Tiamat's really good with Q evolve playstyle
Yeah,
because
I agree.
you can't run around in the other person's jungle on 15 pink wards and it not matter. But Arval, like you're not playing around the one-shot people in creep waves anymore because of the nerfs of the passive auto and the Duskblade passive auto. So
Okay.
I think if you're doing R-Evolve, you never want Tiamat still. But if you're doing Q-Evolve, I think Tiamat's not terrible. It's definitely gold efficient because creating isolated targets is the most important thing for you right now. Because you're evolving Q for 1, and for 2, they buff the shit out of Q for no reason.
Past 20 minutes, it feels so bad though. You lose
Also,
an item slot so
does-
that you
I,
can't
I
ever.
feel so satisfying canceling the auto and clearing the whole wave with a Tiamat W and just taxing the whole thing.
Let's assume you either have refillable or like pink wards if you want to be a good jungler. You could sell the refillable or whatever. You literally only have 2 slots. Let's say you have Boots, Warrior, Duskblade, Tiamat. You have 2 item slots to work with, right? What are you supposed to do with those 2 item slots? One has pink
Cleaver.
wards in it.
Yeah.
One has pink wards in it. You buy another Dirk, right? Because you're going to build a Yomu's or a Last Whisper, essentially. And now you have to wait, like 2,000 gold for your next item? That's kind of a lot.
I mean, no matter what item you're going last, you have to wait like 1 or 2k gold. Unless
Okay,
you're
but
going
that's not
GA
last. We're
which
talking
is
about
too late.
third. We're
Just
talking about
split 'em.
third item. That's not last.
Well, you wait. So you're automatically assuming that no one sells refillable. If you're not selling
I said
refillable,
refillable or pinks.
all right. So if you have
So you
Warrior,
don't have
Boots,
pink.
Dustblade, Tiamat, yeah, you have 2 item slots.
Okay, one of them
One's
has
a,
pinks
one's a
in it.
pink. And then you build
One's-
another item.
Yeah, but okay, so you build serrated Dirk, right? Because you're gonna build
Yep.
Yomu's. You need 2k till you finish it. That's kind
Yeah,
of a lot.
Well, are you sitting on your pink the entire time, or are you putting
I
it
mean,
down?
you would
Just
keep
to
buying more,
to,
no?
to let
Until you have
someone.
Caulfields.
Can you guys calm down? To let someone interject. Captain Dominate wanted to add something on the
Yo,
topic.
what's up?
Yo.
Oh yeah, I just had just a little input on Tiamat.
Sure.
It's yeah. I mean, I forgot what you guys talking about, but yeah, you are losing the Duskblade power spike in exchange for like more wave clear and
No, you go
But,
Tiamat. Sorry to interrupt, but you go Tiamat after Dustblade.
Tiamat after.
That's what
Duskblade.
Nutty was saying.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't tried
Yeah,
that.
you can do that as well. I think I've seen Damir do that a lot, but
Lol.
but that's also like fucking. That's like late Tiamat though. It kind of feels bad, doesn't it?
But I guess it's.
I think at that point it's just not even worth going Tiamat. Like,
Yeah, because then you could just clear it. You can clear just as fast, probably at
Yeah.
that point.
I
All right, I'll just say I'll recap what my argument is, and then I'll stop afterwards just to
Sure.
refresh everyone's brain. All right, so first off, I go Tiamat after Dustblade. If it's stat efficient, I'm gonna go it, and if it does a lot of damage, I'm gonna go it. I'm not going based off feel. I do the math. I look up how much damage it does after Dustblade compared to like a Dirk, right? All right. Next thing is I don't only use it for clearing camps. I use it for clearing waves. I use it for isolating people. I use it for extra burst because it does more damage, right? It's more stat efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's my recap. So I don't know why we keep going back on like, oh, you only use it for clearing. You build it before Dustblade. No, that's not true. You build it after Dustblade. You do it more than just clear, etc., etc. All right.
There's a lot of factors that goes into buying an item, investing the gold. So it's a multi-purpose item. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, you're not even going to be using Tiamat that much for clearing. Most of the time, you're going to be using it to clear waves and burst.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely use it in the jungle because you just don't really need it. You don't really have any problems with clearing after warrior. So
You don't need it, but it's nice to have.
it's like
Yeah,
a
it's
quality
nice
of
to
life
have.
thing.
Don't, all right, one more thing.
definitely-
If
Oh,
you
boy.
don't need it for jungle, it still makes it faster no matter what, because you're doing an extra
yeah,
2 to 300 to a camp. Even single target, it's faster because you're just clearing it faster. That's all it is. It's making it clear faster.
Mhm.
Like even if
Yeah.
you don't need it to clear AOE camps, it still does it faster. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
do.
like that's it.
I
Raptors, wolves, and golems in like in
Mhm.
like 1 second.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think it's still personal preference. If you like it, you can.
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it.
I'm not
But
like I'm
if
not
you
gonna
don't like,
rage
if you
guys don't
need
build
it,
It also
I can do whatever.
synergizes
if
really
you don't
heavily with
necessarily need it,
Dark
I don't recommend you buy it because it does take up an item slot,
Yeah.
which can be used for other things.
Would you guys say it has like better synergy, or you'd be more, preferential towards it if you were doing Dark Harvest, right?
I would, yeah.
No.
Dark
I don't think it
Harvest-
changes anything for
Yeah,
going
you
with
don't-
Dark
Yeah, I
Harvest.
don't think it makes
Okay.
much of a difference.
Do you ever
Alright.
go last was first, third, buddy?
Third? No.
You
Well,
don't go
alright.
if the other
So-
AD has.
It depends if I'm going like Mortal Reminder. So
Let's,
what I do is I replace my Tiamat/Hydra with Mortal Reminder depending on their comp. I also go Black Cleaver. I don't know if you guys are still doing Ghostblade build,
Okay.
but I do
okay.
Black.
What Cleaver?
Cleaver's
Also
great.
Tiamat applies a stack of Black Cleaver if you guys did.
What
That's-
Cleaver?
Did you guys like Black Cleaver better or
Sure.
Last Whisper?
We can go to one topic to the other. Did we have any closing thoughts on Tiamat, or Dominate? Did you have any last things to say on Tiamat?
I feel like we go over
I
Tiamat.
think. Oh, one more thing. I always sell Tiamat. I don't think it's a good. I don't think it's a good item to finish.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason Tiamat was good originally on Kha'Zix back in the day was because Hydra was such a good item.
Yeah. I always sell it. I'll sell it when I'm purchasing final item.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you
The
finish
thing
it
is,
to
it's like, what
Titanic like
item-
Chaco?
What item are you replacing Hydra with late game, right? So your 6-item build, what are you replacing with?
Either Maul. It could be Maul. It could be. Let's
A
see.
GA.
Yeah, Maul. Last Whisper,
Static.
GA, Black Cleaver, etc.
Well, GA should be like mandatory. Be like build every game.
I mean, if you're a little bitch, I guess.
I don't agree with that. Like, it's
Yeah.
really
Play more
GA gives you the least amount of damage out of an item for gold.
Yeah, but you
at
don't.
once.
At that point, you don't need more damage. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
It's for the utility.
There's
Sure.
never,
You
there's
can play-
never such
you
thing
can
as.
play way more.
Not in the,
I think
I'm
that's
sorry. I
very
think I'm
heavily
getting-
playstyle.
You're
If you have
playing
GA
against
for a
passive.
good Baron fight, that can win the game.
Yeah,
If you play in any fight
Easily.
with a GA,
There's so
it wins
many
you the game
arguments
because
to
it
be had.
forces
Yeah.
it forces them to go on you. If they go on you, then your team just gets to win the fight. Like if they're tunneling on a Kha'Zix late game 5v5, they lose the fight. Like you and if they don't tunnel you, then you take out a carry. Like it's a
Mhm.
win-win scenario as GA.
So
There's not much playing around.
Possible, yeah.
does someone have a argument against GA or an alternative like Rabaki you were saying?
when would you buy GA?
Uh,
5th item.
I
item?
sell my
Yeah.
boots for that shit if the game goes that long.
Oh man, no boots on Kha'Zix.
I mean, like at that point, you probably already lost anyway, so you might as well try something. If you're gonna live a little longer in a fight because you have the GA or whatever.
So Warrior for Triforce. Well,
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
Warriors.
Yikes.
Go Warrior and then buy a Cinderhulk into
If-
Warmog's
if you're
Knight's
selling
Vow
boots and you
Redemption.
If you're selling your boots and you still have Warrior, I don't know what to tell you. That shit
Okay.
should have been gone a while ago. If the game's like that's like an hour-long game right there.
Pray to God that you have better bot lane. That's all I gotta say about build order.
Better bot lane wins always.
Pray to God you have the better bot lane. Then it doesn't
Pray to
matter.
God you have the Caitlyn Janna bot lane.
yeah.
Better bot lane wins.
Does anyone have any final like itemization questions before we just end off on that?
Buy the
completely?
try hard cleaver. It's a good ass item.
Any item questions? Anyone? Just feel free to ask.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's it on Tiamat.
If you look in build discussion, that's the kind of game where you might, where maybe, maybe like a game like that you might have GA. I don't know though.
What am I looking?
Holy fuck! You got like 8 elixirs.
That would be an hour-long game, good sir.
Blue Smite. Omega lol.
I believe my bot lane that game was 7 and 25. So
Wait, so why did it say you sold GA like 4 or 5 times?
what?
Happened
Because
there?
because I had enough gold to like re-get the passive.
I
That's-
think it's.
I sell it when I don't have the passive
Uh-huh.
up, right? Because it's useless at that point.
Wait,
then you
does
rebuy
it-
later?
Does it refresh? I mean, does the cooldown tick while it's? Well,
Yeah, it ticks while you don't have it, yeah. But it
Oh,
won't
that's
refresh
a-
if you just rebuy it.
Yeah, that's good.
So obviously it's not efficient at all if you don't have the passive, so just sell that shit and get something
So-
else.
Someone asked. Let me see if I can find his question. Holy shit. Something about Black Cleaver.
What cleaver?
Whether it was good or not.
He said when to get it do you get a second or third?
Oh, never second. What?
Let me
Third,
unmute. Let me
probably.
unmute him. Legend 27, if you wanna say whatever.
I mean, like, because if you're not fed, I feel like Black Cleaver just helps more. You can just tank, I guess.
Cleaver or Duskblade?
CD.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's better both ways because
Yeah.
you can build armor like almost no matter what. 'Cause tabbies, people build
think-
tabbies against 4 AP comps. Like that's just how strong tabbies are right now.
Kha'Zix is the biggest
you wanna go-
abuser.
Cleaver, no matter
So,
what.
so how about Cleaver versus Elastus Braidum? Someone asked.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, Cleaver's just gonna give you all around
Get
more
both.
stats.
I think right now Cleaver's a bit superior.
Yeah, you're getting 20% CDR, which is like core.
So
My
what would
ears
you
are
guys
getting
think as the
Cleaver.
trade-off? What would you guys define as like the trade-off between picking one or over the other?
Cleaver over what?
Over Elastus
think-
Braidum, like
I mean,
Mortal.
I think maybe Last Whisper gives you more immediate penetration, I guess.
Does
If
anyone
your
else
team
have
is like
any
all
thoughts?
AD, go
I
Cleaver,
mean-
in my opinion.
I think Lord
Yeah,
Bounds
Cleaver's still
is
good.
superior. Like in this meta, like when are you not against a tank? I don't know why you'd want to build like
Conquer meta.
first. I don't know why you'd want to build a Kindle gem on an assassin, and second, I mean, you're against probably Sejuani or Warwick every fucking game, so you're gonna want an LDR now.
If your team has a lot of AD bruisers and you don't have much AP, then Cleaver is a really good purchase.
I mean, but won't your AD bruisers have a Cleaver?
Yeah,
Depends
but
on
you
the
could stack
champion.
it for each other.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. Because Kha'Zix has actually, it's not that fun stacking Cleaver on Kha'Zix, but by the time you stack it, you've pretty much already blown your entire combo. So
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know, it really works well when you have more Cleavers to help you stack it. Otherwise, you're gonna get to the 6
Yeah.
after you already done all your damage anyway.
Oh, also, I forgot to say something. If you Q evolve, Cleaver's so much better.
Mhm.
And Cleaver cleaves base armor as well. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
like
And W evolved, Cleaver is also better. It's like half the evolutions make Cleaver better.
Yeah.
just Cleaver's
So-
just
And you
good.
get 3 evolutions, therefore, Cleaver's good.
So,
Yeah,
So-
it's just-
so while we're still on the topic of Cleaver, Alf said Cleaver versus Yumus. Is that comparable?
Not really.
Cleaver
No.
if you're against tanks, Yumus if you're against a bunch of squishies.
I mean, even
I-
then, like the squishies, if they're smart, they're gonna
I
build
mean, it's
armor. So
it's
Cleaver's-
not
They'll all have
comparable,
tabby. There will be 5 tabby.
Yeah, it's
If you go Yumi's Last Whisper is actually really good. I think. It feels so like okay, don't get me wrong, building Black Cleaver feels like ass, but it's just good. So you have to do it.
Kindle gem overserated Zerk, yes.
Let's get the phage first.
Masters over Diamond 5. Give me that.
I mean,
I think-
at least he's a Masters.
You guys also always forget that you also get the phage passive, which is really nice as well.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
Especially when you're hitting W's if you evolve.
No one
W.
ever talks about the phage passive.
Well, because
Wait,
Kha'Zix
I said
Ban
it
had a
earlier, you
problem
get
with
the boost,
sticking
you
on
can
him.
stick on people
Does it?
really
Wait,
quickly.
what's Phage?
I mean, you
15
already
AD?
stick on people.
What's
Phage
Phage?
passive on Black Cleaver.
It's 200 HP, I think, 15 AD, and then the move speed. I'm sure. I could be wrong.
It's
though.
mostly for the movement speed, yeah.
I mean, Nutty, don't you go the move speed mastery anyway? So,
What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Storm Raiders.
or maybe you don't go that anymore. You
Storm
totally
Raiders?
did.
Face
No,
rush?
the
Phage.
relentless hunter. Is that what it
It's
is?
not a combat move speed.
Yeah, wait, Relentless Hunter actually doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
If you're in combat, you don't get Relentless. If you're out of combat, you
Yeah,
don't get
but-
Phage.
I mean, if you're in combat, they're not getting away from you.
Well, I mean, if you hit W and
Kha'Zix.
then
Mhm.
get out
You
of
okay,
combat,
Rob?
but whatever.
W
Am I
procs
okay?
phage.
I'm sorry, my bad. It's easy for people to get away from Kha'Zix with your slow passive plus 99% Duskblade slow plus E.
I mean, it depends what you're against, right? If
Your
you're against an
Ezreal.
80 carry, people actually, like, most 80 carries actually do have a decent time getting away from you, implying you don't one-shot them, right?
Sejuani
Like-
can't be slowed, bro.
True.
When it passes up.
Also, Black Cleaver helps you outduel tanks, and it helps you stick to tanks, because most tanks can actually, like, get away from you, because as you do half their HP bar, then they usually have an escape. Like, Zac can E out or something, but that move speed helps you stick on them pretty easy. Like,
Yep.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, oh yeah, Kha'Zix has trouble sticking to people, but in those rare scenarios where he does trouble or have trouble sticking to certain champions, it helps.
Yeah.
You don't notice Phage passive much, but
Mhm.
you notice the Black Cleaver
I mean,
passive
not
a lot.
yeah, the
Sorry,
Black Cleaver
try
passive.
hard
Yeah, I was
Cleaver.
about to say, I was like, you don't notice it that much? I was like, what the fuck? Oh,
That
yeah,
one you feel a lot, and
You
it's
proc
really
it on
nice.
everything too. You
Yeah.
always get the bonus move speed hitting anything. Could be a minion, could be a.
All right. So
fucking-
anyway, the general consensus that Black
Oh.
Cleaver is better than it was now. Yes, you guys all agree with that statement.
I always
It was
thought-
before?
think
Or-
I mean, whether it was good before or not, do you think it's better now, or pretty much the same?
Yeah.
If you built it before, you're
Same.
still gonna enjoy it.
Okay.
I
Cleaver's
think better because Q. If you do Q, then the spamming of Q evolved is really good with
Yeah.
Black Cleaver. Or
I think it's
It's
better
evolved
with Q
too, yeah.
evolve, yeah.
hmm
And then the Tiamat, Cleaver, Q Evolve all ties together.
You can 1v1 anyone.
Yeah. Someone asked if it's a good idea to use Celerity with Black Cleaver over Transcendence or Absolute, I believe.
No, I think Celerity is just auto, just Celerity it.
What? What? No.
I
What?
don't get. Wait, oh, Celerity or Absolute? Yeah, don't get
Celerity.
Transcendence. What?
Oh, yeah,
dude, you
yeah.
stack
Absolute.
Cleavers with Transcendence. It's actually not.
That works
That's
for
pretty
like
No,
2 days.
it's not Garen.
It's the Draven build. When Transcendence was first made, they just bought 5 black or dark.
I thought that was
Cleavers.
Zed.
I still think Gathering
saw
Storm is
Draven
a
in
load
the-
of
It was
shit,
Zed, yeah.
to be honest, but Absolute Focus is really strong.
Gathering
I
Storm
agree.
has nerfs on PB.
Yeah,
Like,
Gathering
I
Storm.
think Gathering Storm sucks anyway. You have to wait 30 minutes
Agreed.
for it to
I mean,
actually
it's
be good.
busted, but not on Kha'Zix.
Like,
Yeah,
put it
it's a
that way.
terrible rune. How about that? It's terribly designed.
Damir thinks that
It's
thing's
stupid.
so good on Kha'Zix, and I just look at it and I'm like, you don't have
I mean,
a rune for 30 minutes.
To be
It's a
fair,
lot of fly
it
AD
suits
though.
his playstyle probably better than another.
But that doesn't actually make any sense because Damir ends all of his gold
Damir
fight
wins in
games in like
20
20 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
he's
Yeah,
literally
that's
surfing
true.
all the time. It makes no
Oh,
sense.
come on,
Doesn't
dude.
make any
Yo,
sense.
can we not
That
fire
is true.
shots right now? Let's fucking chill.
Anyway.
boy.
So you guys take
Can we all
Scorch,
chill?
Scorch?
Scorch,
Uh,
and Scorch over Gathering?
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
I always thought Scorch was
Yeah.
way
Or
better.
water
Yeah,
walking.
Scorch. The thing about Scorching Absolute Focus is like it's the most amount of damage that you can do at level 3 with
Yeah.
any combo. There's no better combo for doing more damage at level 3.
Scorch has
It
gotten
does
so many
significantly
kills.
more damage than Coup de Grace. It
Mhm.
does, you don't get any damage off of Triumph. You don't get any damage off of anything else in Precision.
Unless-
So it just does so much damage. You can just one combo people at level 3 and 4.
Unless you're fighting in river with water walking.
Water walking. I'm telling you,
The
dude,
water
I'm
walking.
100% with Nutty here. Water walking.
No,
Kha'Zix
I'll
is the
admit.
shit.
Okay, listen. I
Sure.
just want to admit something, right?
It's
So I'm
so
100%. I was 100% wrong
Yeah,
on
you
that
always
water
will.
walking. I don't know if you guys remember. I call it when the runes first came out. I was like, dude, water walking is a fucking meme. Anyone
told
that takes
you, it's
that
good
is
too.
retarded. And then I looked up. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm sick of these runes. What's Faker running? Literally every single game, even when he was playing a non-roaming mid, he played water walking. I sat there and I'm like,
Yeah.
why? And then I played it. I'm like, dude, I one-shot Drake. I one-shot people in river. I get to places faster. Like, I'm like,
It's
dude,
so
this shit
fun.
is busted. I actually think water walking is good as fuck, and I was 100% wrong.
It's not going to be nerfed for a long time.
Yeah,
too.
it's not
always
going to get
been
nerfed either.
I
I think it's
also-
pretty low as fuck. And
Alright.
anyone that doesn't realize you're running water walking and they try to fight you in river, they instantly die. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
I've
Free boots,
never-
free boots when you enter river is really nice for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I've never made a gank before at top lane and had water walking active. I think it's something about the river not being up there or something.
No, I think I have
Water walking,
screenshots saved where it starts and ends. It actually goes into the lane, like a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it necessarily that it goes into lane. I think it just like it takes a second to wear off.
No,
It takes, like,
I
20
sat there. I have like screen. Hold up. Big guy.
I looked at it too. It takes like 0.2 seconds and it ends.
Just to
you
give
you
my-
can jump and
just-
it'll still be active.
Yeah.
Though.
Just to give my thoughts, I think it also synergizes pretty well with the R evolve path. If most people think that's standard, but
You
if you
can
do R
go-
evolve,
Yeah,
you
but
can
move
take-
speed
Banana
starts
buff?
counting less the more you
push.
have.
yeah.
Does that make sense? It has like a DR.
It has
Or
DR
Volvo
at
P-
it has DR at 420, which is negative 20%, and then 490, 50%.
Oh my god.
If you're going
Can we get
Ari
Big Meme out of here, dude? Get him the fuck out of here. Dude.
No, you can-
What's up,
With
Ebert?
water walking, you could chain from the banana bush into the mid lane bush.
Yeah.
That's
Celerity was better, I think,
Nice.
pre-nerfs, but I think it didn't take like 2 nerfs since then. So
I mean, if
know.
you're taking water walking,
It's taken a 1% move speed nerf. Like I'm not too concerned about that.
but you don't get AD anymore like early.
you get
like,
1 AD early.
You get the same amount of AD as you did, but like almost the
You
exact
get
same.
1? I thought it was 0. I think it's
No, you
only.
get-
I think it's only 1 if you have the out of combat relentless hunter.
Even if you do have one, even if you didn't have one, it's not like they don't count decimals in this game. So
Yep. And when you have water walking level 1, it's 3 AD from celerity, so in river. So it's
But
just 3
absolute
free AD in
focus
River,
gives you
which is
10
like
AD
absolute
at
focus.
like level 4, right?
Well,
Uh,
level at
3 AD at level 1, it's like 5 AD at level 4.
Yeah, so Celerity actually matches absolute focus in the river in AD, and then you get the moose too. If you're going water walking.
That doesn't sound accurate.
Yeah,
how
go.
about that?
Okay, hold up.
Celerity is 8% of your. No, celerity is what, 5.4% or 5.6% or something of your move speed into AD. Your bonus move speed into AD. So there's no way 25 move speed gives you 5 AD.
Hold up, I'll show you. No, it doesn't
Yeah,
give you 5 AD.
5 AD.
I said 3 AD level 1. Because you already get 1 AD from the what is it, Relentless Hunter? Hold up. I'll go into a training mode real quick.
5 AD.
So,
Lol.
well, that's
No,
not
it
very-
doesn't give you 5 AD.
I mean, at level 6, absolute focus
Like,
already gives you
absolute
8
focus gives you
AD, so yeah, it seems pretty good.
It gives you 80 until 70%.
I mean, absolute
of your
focus
HP.
is good.
Yeah, no one's saying absolute focus is good. It's just comparing it to celerity. I think Transcendence is kind of a meme, but
That's
Cleaver-
definitely a meme. That's as much as a meme as Gathering Storm. Again, you're waiting 10 minutes for your
Dude,
mastery
you
to
take
work.
that's why you take Transcendence with Gathering Storm, then you just stall in 60 minutes, and you actually win the game.
Oh yeah, I love those hour-long games like I played yesterday. Oof, I love building 7 GAs in
You
one game.
earn your
personally.
16 LP, baby. That's my fucking shit.
Yeah, same.
So
Well,
far,
hard fought battle.
the consensus on that is like
Both are
gathering
great.
to meme.
preference. I mean,
It's
preference.
it's
I
also
think
part
dog shit.
preference.
Pretty-
Celerity waterwalking for our Evo for sure.
Yes,
I
yes.
think the
I think
last.
it's even good with Q. Your objective control on dragons with the Celerity water walking when you get Q evolved, you kill the
Yeah, you
dragon.
literally one-shot Drake and
The
Rift
fuck's
Herald.
an objective? Is that like Genki?
What I do with
So-
Celerity water walking is as soon as Rift Herald spawns, I soul it, and then people try to fight me, and then I literally just walk off Rift Herald and I one-shot.
You actually just play Kha'Zix like Nunu if you take Celerity water walking with Q evolved.
Yeah, you literally are new.
So just for people to like
You just can't
recap,
dive level 3. Like,
just for people to recap, what would be the main core runes for that? It would just be.
I mean, I think it's personal pref. Like, I run Celerity water walking because I think water walking.
Yeah, if you are deciding between celerity, absolute focus, water walking, and
Scorch.
scorch, you could run any of those 4, and I don't think anyone has the right to flame you. I really don't. If you're
Not
running
anything
Gathering
else,
Storm, yeah, you can make arguments for Gathering Storm. I don't see it. It's not a rune until 30 minutes.
Pretty good in competitive.
But if you get ultimate hat, you'll have more
in
passive procs.
competitive, yeah.
I've played it in scrims and we've gotten the like 40 minutes and the Q. I haven't played it on the new Q, but the old Q actually felt like the season 6 Q at 50 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine if I had a bot lane that game, I would have had 100 AD in that fucking hour-long game. It would have been insane.
All right, so I think the reason why I think it's 3 is because I think it's 2.5, but it doesn't show the decimal. I think I looked it up one time, and I think it rounds up or something. Because I'm at 2 AD right now.
Yeah, right. It's a little retarded. Their decimal system doesn't work that well.
Their decimal system works perfectly fine, but alright.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
It works fine until 4 decimals. Yes, it does.
So in River, in total, with water walking celerity level 1, you get 6 AD.
So yeah. Anyone has
You get 6 AD from celerity, yeah?
From both combined.
okay.
Okay. from
Celerity, you only get like 2.5 or 2.45. It
Okay.
doesn't round up the 100.
Solo dragon level 3. That's what
Anyone
we're
have
saying.
any closing thoughts on like the mighty runes?
Don't take
So we can move on.
Don't take precision secondary. You can
Yeah, I
take
got it.
inspiration secondary if you want cosmic insight. I don't think that's absolute garbage, but I will report you after the game if you do that.
I will say, Inspiration's dope. I hate it, but I think going to Boots Cosmic Insight's pretty strong on like every other jump. Like if I didn't one-trick Kha'Zix, I would say that's the way to go.
I've tried it. It's okay. And then the resolve is actually troll as fuck, but I think it could be okay if they gutted Celerity water walking again. With you play R evolve and then red smite and then just buy fucking support items. It's actually legit.
Honestly, I haven't tried it, but I thought about it on paper. I think like a full Bruiser build, Kha'Zix is actually not bad. Like if you went like a
really
fucking
not.
second tree and then went like red smite cleaver fucking tank items, I actually think you could.
We're gonna go into like Bruiser Kha'Zix later, so let's not go too deep into that.
Yeah, but take
just
the
keep it
sorcery
runes.
tree, pick between those 4, whichever ones you like the best, and then Play 1,000 games and you'll get diamond.
So,
Yo, I just
lastly-
figured out something.
What? Say it.
All right, so if you're running Celerity Water Walking and you're level 1 in River and you pop heal, you get 9 AD total. It gives you 4 AD in Celerity.
So invade the pixel brush every game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe heal Kha'Zix instead of smite is actually the way to go, and then you just sit in a brush in River, and then level 1 you just pop heal, and then you get so much AD. that you one-shot.
Wait, but you could take Ghost.
Oh my god.
No,
That's what I was just-
Ghost heal.
No.
Don't even take
Ghost
smite.
cleanse, and then you run it down.
Yeah, I prefer that.
I think
Alright,
if you
what's the
don't
next
one
topic,
trick
Mike?
Ka, Inspiration's pretty good though. Like if you look in Korea, that's all they run. There isn't another tree.
Cosmic.
If you play jungle, there is not another tree.
Okay.
I mean, most
That's right, I
junglers
forgot.
use
Rob
PR
wishes he was
calendar,
Korean.
but,
That's all he copies. I
Celerity-
forgot. Oops.
I don't want to spend like over half the seminar on these runes. So let's just
Seminar
go.
never ends as long as
Let's
you don't
just
want
go.
it to.
Let's go to Keystone.
Next
'cause
topic.
Prove that, dude.
The last thing we want to touch on for runes is actually the Keystone because we kind of skimmed over it. So Dark Harvest versus Electrocute basically is
Harvest?
what this is going to come down
I think
to.
it's the same thing we've been
Yeah,
talking about.
it's
for the
not
past,
even a
like, 7
versus.
discussion.
Dude, I took Pressy attack once. I swear Conquer probably wouldn't be that bad on a
No,
Bruiser
I was
build.
thinking it the other day, dude. Conqueror actually could be good if you did like a Bruiser
It
build.
applies
Actually,
to
yeah.
abilities. So if you
So-
Q evolve with Bruiser, you're actually just doing true damage with your ISO Q.
And you get the
Just
bonus
think
AD.
auto and then R around him and just wait for the conqueror
Yeah,
proc,
exactly,
and just
yeah.
Q for fucking like a billion true damage. It's genius.
Oh,
I don't know about
Yeah,
you guys,
if you
but I
went R up,
prefer.
you could 1v1 anyone with Conqueror because you could just stall out until your Conqueror procs.
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of prefer to kill people instead of waiting for 6 seconds to do something useful in my life.
You
But
played
it takes
Italy,
4
what do you mean?
seconds, Relax. It's 4 seconds. Okay.
You actually played Italy. What? Your champion's useless after 30 minutes. You can't kill anyone with Italy past 30 minutes. What are you telling me, Mark?
all right.
What are you telling me?
So Dark Harvest versus Electrocute, right?
That's,
I don't know.
Discuss
Nothing's
this like
changed.
20
If
times.
you're hard
nothing
smurfing, take Dark Harvest.
mean-
Otherwise, Electrocute's better.
yeah, I mean, if you play
So I
League of
feel-
Legends and you picked Kha'Zix, just go Dark Harvest.
What about the argument that you're only going to proc Electrocute once and you can proc Dark Harvest like 6
That's
times?
that's
Do you
true.
wanna-
But I'm torn between
I think
the
if
two.
you're, I think
Electrocute's
if
for
you're-
early game.
I think if
Well,
you're
no,
going Bruiser,
I don't even think so.
I think one of
I
the
think so.
things is the difference between Bruiser and full damage, like with no block Cleaver. Because if the increased AD scaling on Electrocute means your first combo do a lot more damage if you are going Assassin, but because you have like NASA style scaling with Dark Harvest, you can just pull that shit off, you know what I'm saying?
I looked at what's his name's math, the fucking the math
Vir-
guy that thinks
Virtue
Tiamat's
Bot?
decent or something.
Virtue Bot?
Yeah, that guy. Dark Harvest literally does slightly less damage at every
Yeah.
point during the game until you start getting like insane amount of stacks, like past like obviously like 150 or whatever. Does
Yeah.
just slightly less.
Yeah.
So I see no
It's
reason.
about 25 damage less at
but-
level 3.
Yeah.
Rob, the
And that's like
difference
the
isn't
biggest,
just-
and I think level 3 is like the biggest difference between Electrocute
Yeah.
and Dark Harvest. Which
Yeah,
is
and-
like max, like that's talking like max damage difference.
I think Electra's literal fucking
I think
garbage.
you can't just look back to back like between the runes for the damage. You should also factor the cooldown, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
massive
well,
it's
difference.
also
Travis said,
factor
like I
yeah.
can go on forever. Like if you know how to use Dark Harvest, if you know how to use it to its fullest potential, it's like
Absolutely.
Always
it's
better.
so much higher. The
Yeah.
only time that I would say that Electrocute is better if you run a cheese play style and you literally like level 2, sit in the enemy jungle and you just wait for a kill. Like this is the only time if you play like that, Electrocute's better.
The
100%.
argument
Yeah,
that
early
it
game
just
Try
has-
to snowball
no,
up,
the
like-
argument that Electra's better early game is a bunch of fucking garbage.
agree.
because
I
I'm
think
an
that's-
early game
I was
jungler,
not-
and
I
if
think
it
that
was
should be debunked
clearly-
as well. Like
if it was a
times.
lot better early game, I would totally be going that shit. Because if you look at my match history on any of my accounts, my games are over by fucking like 20
Yeah.
minutes, and if they're not, it's a coin flip hour-long game.
Yeah, it's a really common misconception. I think me and Mark.
It's really
posted on the
not that
subreddit.
different.
Yeah. Mark, didn't we
The-
just like do the math on the early game and?
I mean, I did the math. You didn't
Yeah.
do shit, but yeah,
Hey,
sure.
I got you the numbers.
I looked at
I
got you the numbers.
Virtue's math. It's literally like
The
just
counter
ever
argument
so
to that
slightly less.
is that your Dark Harvest stacks are not always up early game.
I
It
mean,
doesn't. It doesn't matter. 20 seconds in League of Legends
It's
is a
a long
long fucking time.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's,
know.
Yeah.
It
All
is
your
still
stacks-
long.
You
Your
still have
stacks
to
will be
consider
up.
it.
Also,
yeah, you
have
have to
to
consider it. But that's the thing. You just have to think about it. You have to be mindful of it. But for the most part, like you're gonna have it.
Listen. Also, if you don't have it and they have a cannon wave and a cannon dies, you walk up into lane and you get a
There's ways you could get it.
No. It's not even ways you can get it. You can get it to
You can't imply that you're gonna have it 24/7.
Okay, but let's say you're going for a gank level 3, right? You're probably going to take Scuttle or something to make sure your Dark Harvest stacks up, and then you could just watch, like, at
you're going to have
3.
it a lot of the time. You're not going to have 100% of the time.
Okay, so let's say you're going for a level 3 gank. You took 3 camps, and now you're going to take Scuttle. Then you go for a gank. There's going to be a cannon wave in the top wave. So you wait, and you walk top, and then you auto them with the Dark Harvest stack. You can smite the cannon or it'll just die. Maybe pick up another one. You already did twice as much damage as fucking.
Or also factor in your teammate dying because they sucked dick, and then you get their.
I will let my teammate die for that +6.
Honestly, whenever my laner flames me for taking a cannon, I'm just like, bro, I needed a stack. Come on. Like,
I'll let him die.
You just spam ping a dive. You take their stack from their soul.
Listen, I'll also give 2 more reasons why I think Dark Harvest is better, right? So those situations where you don't have a stack and like there's even if you don't have a stack and you know the gank is good, you can still gank and it should be fine, right? Like even then, in worst case scenario, you get counter ganked or something and someone's dead and you pick up a Dark Harvest stack.
Yeah,
or,
honestly, like worst.
Like
Electrocute is only better in the absolute worst case scenarios, and if it's not, like Dark Harvest is better for the rest of the game.
I still agree that Dark Harvest is objectively better than Electrocute. I'm just saying I think you guys are downplaying Electrocute a little bit too much.
No, I mean Electrocute's fine. You can take Electrocute.
It's viable. It's fine.
Like,
not saying Electrocute is bad. It's just if you are conscious about how you play the game, Dark Harvest just wins out. Like
Yeah,
that's why
nobody
is objectively better.
Your
but nobody's saying
no
that.
thing Electrocute is bad because you can just take like the second best would be Electrocute. Like it would go Dark Harvest, Electrocute, and then every other rune. If you're taking another rune, you just need to stop playing League of Legends. But the thing is, it's like worst case, like so many times. I don't know if you don't play with Dark Harvest, try it, and literally you'll run into these skirmishes. And as Kha'Zix, you should be like the last one alive almost every time, and you're picking up like 3 to 4 Dark Harvest stacks like 4 minutes in the game. So you're doing like 120 damage from like a keystone, which is nuts at that point in the game. Like if you ever gank bot, if you ever gank top, like so many things are dying that drop Dark Harvest stacks, and you're already at like 20 stacks by that time you get up there. So it's like
I've had a few level 1 team fights too, where one person just dies and I just start shitting on everyone, pick up a bunch of stacks. It's insane how much damage you do.
No one realizes.
Yeah, we're just talking about early game too. Like we haven't even discussed late game. Like literally, I've had fights where I literally just leap onto someone, one shot them, leap on the next guy, one shot them, leap on the next guy, and one shot them. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I think I had like 500 stacks in that hour-long game. Like that's insane.
No matter how much armor they build, they literally have to do a 6 armor build to counter that, and then your mid laner is literally Orianna, and just like, I get to have a fucking free ass game.
Is Dark Harvest magic damage, or is it adaptive?
No, it's adaptive.
It scales with what you have. Like it's adaptive.
They did that gay ass thing. I missed the magic damage.
Also, to clarify, you usually don't want to do it if you have like W evolve. If you don't have wings mid game, it's gonna suck, kinda.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Because you're doing it for the resets and the snowball.
If you're going W evolve anyway.
Yeah, just don't even play. I mean,
whoa, Kha'Zix.
Sorry.
We all chill.
Every pro goes RW for some reason.
It's because it's better.
Every pro goes all RW because they don't play Kha'Zix for 4 hours a day, so they're actually not as good at Kha'Zix, believe it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, also, we're talking about pro play. There's like average 5 deaths a game, right?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I went over, I don't know if you guys remember, I went over why even Wings level 11 would be better than W Evolve, even in pro play. But the thing is, if you know how to utilize it, like if you know how to use it to its fullest potential, it's better than W in every single way at level 11. Like,
is it LCS on right now?
You could say that about you could say that about pretty much every carry champion in general. Why don't they just play carries? It's like they're so good early game if you know how to play it. Well, it's like, yeah, but
they don't play fucking Kha'Zix 7,000 games. Like they don't do that. Like
it makes perfect sense why they're not. But anyway,
Yep. So, do we have any closing thoughts on Dark Harvest? Tinges, you haven't said too much on it. Do you have anything?
I just take Electrocute.
You what?
I just take Electrocute as well.
I take Electrocute. I find it's better for me.
Okay.
No, I really enjoy the Dark Harvest personally.
Yeah, I've had too many games where my Dark Harvest has done 40 damage to champions at 20 minutes. I'm just my
I
mind.
mean,
You suck.
yeah, that's exactly.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I
bro.
fucking hate that shit, dude. I legit hate that
That means
fucking
you have
rune.
zero
I will
stacks.
never
Were you just
play
not
that
farming
shit.
camps? Were you not?
I will never take that shit again.
He hits
Dude,
tab.
Unless I'm surfing.
He
I think
hits tab
like
at 20
damage,
minutes. He
bro?
has like
That's
5
Alright,
ball.
Ned, you gotta realize you're talking to an R-Evo Black Cleaver first item user here, so
Alright,
I
that's
never go that
unlucky.
shit first.
very small brain
That is
player.
garbage.
Unlucky brain, dude. It's really
Dude, do I,
unlucky you
do
got
I
that
actually
brain.
have to open up op.gg on my second monitor right now?
He hits tab. He's three levels down on the enemy jungler. He hits tab. He's 5 camps down. Where's my stacks? I do no damage.
I
40
I
damage.
think if
That
you're
means
smurfing,
that means you
Oh.
literally didn't take any AD.
No,
of
not if
runes
you're
or fucking
smurfing. It's
build or-
literally
Damir.
like always better if you just get used to it.
Damir joined. Hello.
Damir
I
Hearthstone.
Ooh.
Damir, are you here? We wanted to ask one important question on Tiamat, but you weren't here, so no one was here to defend your argument.
Thoughts on 40 damage Dark Harvest?
This shit's straight garbage, dude. I'm
Damir.
You
fucking-
suck. 40 damage to Dark Harvest. Do you know how low that is? That means you literally weren't farming camps. You literally weren't farming.
That
camps.
literally means
I
you
wasn't
used it a
in the
single
game.
time.
Like-
It literally means you use it one time.
Fuck
Not
that,
even that, because I
dude.
think it's like 50 level 1 or some shit. Like, it is lower than the bait. That means you
Fuck
just
that,
didn't play
dude.
the fucking game or something, or bugged out. I don't know. Like,
That shit's garbage.
Alright, Damir, please
What?
give a compelling argument for Tiamat because everyone just shit on it for 20 minutes straight. So please. Damir, are you here?
I'll take anyone's shit on it.
I mean, kinda. Said it's not good the way he builds it after Warrior.
Me?
That's
Yeah,
the
you
only
build
way
it
to
after
that's,
Warrior.
that's
Probably
the
build
only
it
way to
after
build
Warrior.
it. That's the only way to build it IMO. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it then.
Yeah,
no, you do it after Dust.
Hell
Wait.
no.
everyone flamed it.
Why would you want to rush Duskblade though? There's like no damage.
You're actually baked, dude.
I mean, he sounds like it on.
He's not wrong though. I'm like, if you wait now a little bit, it does like more equal damage. But I think if you're gonna go Tiamat, you should definitely just do it after Warrior. Otherwise, don't bother.
I agree, but everyone else is against that. So
Yeah,
Go smack a
I
target
really-
dummy. Go fucking run the numbers, bro.
I really don't see the point of getting Tiamat after Duskblade. Like, why get Tiamat after it?
Because it just does
Ooh.
more damage. Because you
No.
get the pen.
More than a Yomu's.
Your Tiamat already.
But
did
1200
damage,
isn't
like,
equal to 3k gold. Yomu's and Tiamat isn't really comparable.
But Tiamat itself is a huge damage spike. I
it's
don't see.
true. It's true.
Yep.
You get Tiamat and Warrior. You have 200 AD. Your key does 700 damage.
I mean, during your biggest power spike, you don't really need that much more damage. If you already have Dirk, right? Like,
If I hear
if
you
have a
don't
Dirk
need
going
that much
into
damage
Duskblade-
one more fucking time, I'm gonna lose it.
During your biggest power spike, you
didn't-
don't need that much damage.
No.
You already
Oh,
maxed
yeah,
out
yeah.
your biggest power spike.
Yeah. If I hear you don't need that much damage on an assassin again, I'm killing myself. I swear to fucking God, you guys are so fucking
You
stupid.
don't know
It's
how to
just-
take it. You took it out of context, bro. During your
I didn't
biggest
take
power
it out of
spike,
context. You
wouldn't
just
fucking-
Why are you guys arguing playstyle?
God damn it. Okay.
Oh,
Alright, let's move on.
we could argue playstyles for like 20 hours.
I mean,
Yo, if you lose the duel at level 6 with Warrior built, you're bad. Go fucking play a different game, dude. I'm sorry. Like,
Just get Randuids. You already have enough damage.
I mean, it's better to prioritize isolation now. That's why you get it.
Yeah.
respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's gotta be smarter
if
player
they're
now.
not isolated, your Q literally just tickles them.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're
But you're
here,
on it,
Damir,
bro.
I have a question for you. What do you think about Fortnite?
Stop it. Stop.
Damir's
as much as I
PUBG
like
only.
Fortnite, I don't think it's a long-lasting.
No, it's not, but it's fun. It's
I
fun.
played it.
Nah,
It's
that
fun.
gets
Because the
going
thing
for a
is,
while.
it's like
You guys are
they're kind of stuck in a lose-lose situation. Not right now, obviously, but if they want to introduce like a ranked or like an MMR system, right,
Fuck
it kind of
that,
fucks the
dude.
game over because
I'm
the
gonna
fun of the
be,
game is smashing plebs.
I mean, that's
editing
the
this
same
part
thing
out.
with Call of Duty. As soon as they added team, what was it? It's fucking something-based matchmaking, whatever. The skill-based matchmaking, the game died, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was
that's
dying
what
anyway,
it's
but,
ending
like-
up. It's like people are asking for a like skill, like a ranked system,
Oh,
but
boy.
then they don't realize that it will fuck the game pretty hard. Like,
Skill-based matchmaking, puke.
and what's gonna happen is like eventually, I don't know.
You can't-
As much as I like Fortnite, I hate PUBG. Don't get me wrong. I hate PUBG. I love Fortnite, but I don't
What?
think it's long.
PUBG's absolute garbage.
Fuck you.
On battle royales, you can't have like a MMR based matchmaking because
Yeah, that's the problem. That's
you
not
will
fun.
never get games. You will
It
never
won't
get
be
games.
fun either.
Not only that, but it's like it's not fun because
Yeah,
Especially
especially
when
like
you
six
get-
Everyone's gonna
hundred people.
AFK. Everyone's gonna AFK in fucking camp for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I
thanks,
mean,
So
thanks
unlucky.
you guys
that's what
for
PUBG
dropping.
is.
Thank
You
you
guys
guys
are
for
welcome
dropping
for
by
this
the
topic, by the way.
Fortnite seminar. You guys
Yeah,
can
I'm
come
really.
back next week.
You guys are welcome for this
Kha'Zix
topic.
in Fortnite, dude. Kha'Zix in Fortnite is really strong. Like,
Yeah,
Dude,
I
if
mean,
they
Kha'Zix
ban
in
Kha'Zix-
Fortnite and PUBG.
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
if they
dude.
ban Kha'Zix, you dodge, go play Fortnite. That's all I'm telling you.
But what if he's banned in Fortnite?
Yeah.
when you get like 30 frags in Fortnite, your Dark Harvest stacks are so fucking high. It's unbelievable. And then you just get to run around the map invisible. It's nuts.
You get to
It's
reset?
so crazy.
Oh,
Okay.
one last question for Damir. Everyone's shitting on Gathering Storm as well.
Fuck
Oh,
What
you,
is
yeah.
dude.
what is your
Shit's
argument
garbage.
for
Everyone
Gathering?
I respect the Tiamat, but Gathering Storm's a bunch of fucking garbage.
All right, Damir, your response to this.
The response.
Damir is the only person that thinks Gathering Storm is in any way good, so I'm waiting.
What's the
What's the alternative to the Gathering Storm? What would you take?
Scorch.
anything
Scorch or
else?
water walking?
Scorch, Water Walking, Absolute Focus, Celerity. Those 4 options.
Damir is just Damir's
Celer-
stumped.
He's rethinking life right now.
Wait, let me look at the runes. Hold on.
You gotta look at the runes. This guy actually doesn't play League.
We broke
Doesn't
Damir.
play, dude.
We broke Damir.
I don't remember.
He doesn't
We're gonna
play
come
League,
back.
Dude. Why are we asking this guy anything? He actually doesn't play the game.
Holy shit, we broke Damir. He's gonna come back
Okay,
tomorrow with like painted
what
blue
is
with
it?
tattoos.
It's Water Walking, Gathering Storm, and Scorch. Okay.
And Celerity,
Celerity.
Absolute Focus is the other 2 options.
Oh, Absolute Focus. Is
Why would you not take Absolute Focus?
Yeah,
that
that's an
shit's a
obvious.
given.
That's an obvious.
Okay.
Gathering Storm is good, dude. Like, just in case you fall behind, you still got that scaling.
Just in case you say, and listen, I don't know.
In case you
Well,
don't
I
stomp
know-
with your challenger duo.
My
All I
argument
have to
for
say-
Scorch is
Okay,
that if
so-
I fell behind anyway, I probably lost, so I should just go Scorch.
Alright.
You get 30 AD at 30 minutes, right? Usually games are 30 minutes long.
Yeah, the game ends at 30 minutes. That means if the game ends at 31 minutes, you know how long you had that 30 AD? 1 minute. Wow. Amazing.
Listen,
Damir, are you struggling in Goldie
Oh
though
my
with challenger duels? Is that what you're
all right.
You're falling behind in Goldie?
You can sit on Gathering Storm all you want, but if a game goes above 30 or like is that
You're
30
telling-
and you don't have Gathering Storm for that free 30 AD, then
Are you
no.
telling me you're not flaming your team the whole time you're feeding? You're trying to keep good mental so you can stall the late game win. That's
yeah.
No, fuck you.
Everyone's
You're
like, alright, we
legit
gotta scale in
there
comp.
playing
Damir's
for
like, yo, I
20
got
minutes.
Gathering Storm.
I played 8
Guys.
games this week on Kha'Zix of ranked so far, and one of the games went over 20 minutes. Or went
Scorch and
over.
Water
sorry,
Walking
30
are
minutes.
literally useless. I don't know why
Scorch
you
is
would-
good.
How is
Scorch is
Water Walking
so good.
useless? How is
Scorch is
Water
good.
Walking useless?
Scorch
Go
is
ahead,
so
push
good.
shots.
Rarely
85
ever
from you.
fight in the water, dude.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
no, I
matter.
agree. Water walking sucks though.
I just play League in the bath.
Scorch does like no damage. It's like
Scorch literally does like 5 less damage than Thunderlords did at level 3 and 4. Like it's not that much different from Thunderlords, and we didn't say Thunderlords did no damage. So I don't see that argument either.
Actually, go to this guy's stream. Watch when he dies at level 3 and ask for open mid, and tell me he plays for Gathering Storm. Tell me he plays for Gathering Storm when he does open mid. Try to tell me. Try to tell me when he starts intentionally feeding on Jarvan and Nunu and starts following people around the map. This guy's trying to scale. Try to tell me. That's all I gotta say. This guy's fucking trolling.
Yikes.
I don't think I've ever seen Damir say, alright, let's scale. Let's try to go for late game.
You see
I
Damir
mean-
get behind, and he's like, it's okay, guys, just get to 30 minutes and we'll win. This guy actually just, he goes wizard. He actually sells all of his items for death cap. And it starts to
He goes wizard? I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
He goes with, no, he did it with Dillaran. I watched the game. Damir sold all of his items, said, I'm a wizard. Bought death cap, and started intentionally feeding.
That's the first I've ever heard that.
The only time Damir goes for late game is when he votes no on the surrender votes to keep his teammates hostage.
alright, listen. I
Anyway.
try on Kha'Zix.
Anyway, anyway.
Okay, we're off topic. Like,
Yes, we've been off topic. for
Really
minutes
far
now.
off.
No, the topic was Damir. And
Yeah.
I've covered this
We
topic.
had a side section for Damir Q&A.
Gathering
So-
Storm is good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fuck you.
I've just had Scorch get me too many level 3 kills where I just can't ever. not gonna scorch anymore.
Yeah, 20 damage, dude. It's gonna get you.
Yeah, the
kills.
15 burn damage after you use your whole
Yeah,
combo.
15
Then
damage
it's
after
Yeah, you know how many times I've just like YOLO W flash into it and then they just like trickle down with the fucking extra 15 damage from Scorch? It's just great.
Mm.
And then they're
Not
just
as
like
many
confused
times
as
as
fuck.
Damir made it to 30 minutes. That's what I'll say.
All right. So beyond runes, we can go back to finishing up items. So we can just kind of shotgun these. These are kind of simple. Someone asked, when do you sell refillable? Usually.
Whenever you
Want
need
an
60
item.
gold.
Yeah.
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 Pretty
You have
much.
to replace the item slot.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's whenever you need 60 gold. Okay, if you have 2 items and you don't have a slot for a pink and you don't sell your refill for a pink, I think at that point you're trolling
Yeah.
because I think
Oh.
pinks are more valuable at 2 items.
Yeah.
But before 2 items, only sell it if you need the item.
Yeah, you won't need
and-
it.
Actually, on a related note, what is your opinion? If you need 60 gold for warrior, if you need like 70 gold for warrior, would you sell your refill? Is that definitely worth it? 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but warrior, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like,
100%.
80.
yeah. So even though you know, oh, I need the HP. If you're that close to ever to an item, just sell it. The only time you should sell for a non-full item is, oh, I want a pink and I'm 2 items. That's pretty much it.
I sometimes wait, not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
I like the refillable, dude. I like the refillable. It comes in handy, I found. So
Yeah, no, it
much-
definitely comes in handy. I
At
just
40
think
minutes, it'll synergize with
Yeah,
gathering.
that's what I'm refillable 6 items.
I
I actually sell Tiamat for refillable. Really fucking strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your real power spike, dude.
I just saw warrior for refill at 40 minutes. It synergizes great with gathering.
And then you can upgrade it for Hunter's Pot for the additional late game scaling.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play Olaf, you pop W and then you pop refillable.
Yeah.
Like late game, 6 items.
It's really Hunter's Pot is really good into the Rengar matchup because you want to be the better hunter, right?
You buy a
That
poacher's
was a
dirt,
horrible
so that
joke.
way you can poach.
What?
It's good into Nidalee too. Poachers.
Oh. Good.
Oh,
Have you guys ever bought Coach's Dirt?
yeah, it's good.
Yes.
We
I
talked
bought
about
it on
it in a
Kane.
lot of
I
times.
actually think it's not that bad on Kane.
It's fine. It's okay.
It's not
Four
yeah,
large
definitely
ones.
not bad on champions that are like forced invade or are really, really good at invading, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't aside from that I think there are usually better options. But I mean if you're facing like someone that you can just murder and you want to live in their jungle, then just buy that you finish smite and then get that, and then by the time you finish warrior, if you're snowballing you'll have a free dirk. Or, a 600
Sure.
gold dirk, basically.
Don't
What's
buy it
the
on
average-
Kha'Zix.
What's the average time you can
No,
finish
it's-
poachers?
It's 500 gold.
How long does it normally take for poachers to turn
I mean,
into
it just depends on how much you're invading. Like, that's pretty much,
Yeah.
there's no average time.
No,
It's
average.
situational.
Dude, that's it.
Poachers equals big brain.
Big brain.
If you have
We-
big brain, buy poachers.
We-
See, I buy poachers like every game. That's only because I play Kindred.
Big brain.
So,
Yeah.
Mark.
Yo,
big
can
brain.
someone please go like Bruiser Kha'Zix make a video about it? I just want-
Dude, no, I
Conqueror,
actually
like,
went Knight's
resolve.
Vow. I went
Oh,
Knight's
we're
Vow.
almost there.
That's a little
What?
too much.
No, I
Wait,
went
wait.
Gauntlet Knight's Vow,
Knight's
which
Vow.
is actually pretty good.
Alright,
Like
we
Warrior
can-
Black Cleaver Tank, Conqueror, fucking
We can
Resolve. I just
officially
wanna see it done,
go
dude.
into Bruiser Kha'Zix as a topic.
I'll literally go lose a game after I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, do it. I just want to see how well it does.
I'll do it on my main too.
So
I don't
You have
need
to go
20
Q
LP.
evolve though, because you're gonna duel people.
Ah,
You're not gonna
fuck that.
Wait, you want me to go Conqueror? I got you, dude.
Go Conqueror, Resolve.
Yeah, he's got like 15
Cleaver,
silver.
Warrior, and then Tank.
Fuck is it?
we're about
Alright.
to see Damir Blue 3 pull out the 1080 Conqueror setup. Going on.
Just
I
play
got you.
Master Yi setup
hits
on
80
Kha'Zix.
he
We
hits
bro.
80
don't have
minutes.
Night Blue anymore to do this shit, so we need
Yeah,
other people to do
exactly.
it.
I'm on
Where's
it.
the-
Nominate Damir. Replacement Nightblue. Alright, so Bruiser Kha'Zix is our topic. So Rob, why don't you open this one since you've been playing it a lot?
I haven't been playing it as much in the past month. I think it's better if you're in higher elo, but in low elo, just go fucking full lethality Dark Harvest.
What kind of
every
build
game.
would you think would be like the defining Bruiser build? What items? for
Well, I
Ka?
kind of go half and half. I don't know if anyone even refers to it as that by going Warrior, Duskblade, Yomu's, and then going some Bruiser utility from there, like Cleaver, Hex Drinker, GA.
Mhm.
Being the
I mean,
most
that's not
common.
really.
That's
that
like the
doesn't-
normal build.
yeah, wait, that's
What?
normal.
Well, yeah, but
Hold on.
that's not full
Wait.
lethality. It's not full Bruiser. So
I
it's
mean,
not-
Edge
No
of
one
Night
buys
is kind
Edge
of
of Night.
trolling. Yeah, no one buys Edge
No
of
one
Night.
buys Ed.
Hey, it's alright.
I buy it.
Wait,
I like
Tim
it.
just
Okay.
buys Edge of Night, doesn't
Edge
it?
of Night is a good preference. That's your
no, not
style.
often.
It's
Oh,
okay.
is that just the? Isn't
I don't-
the
It's
you
rare.
mean
I
going
don't
like
like
triple
everything
I
lethality?
like it.
I don't really go triple lethal.
Yeah.
That's just like when I'm insanely ahead and I don't buy armor.
I rarely go triple
You
lethality.
gotta be trolling.
If you're like 3 levels up on everyone, then yeah, I get it, and you're gonna one shot everyone.
So
But like I said, that's for low elo because that's where that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens in high elo.
It does,
Not much.
but I mean, you're also gonna get fucked a lot more
I think
often
if
for
you're
trying that.
If you're going Bruiser, you get Cleaver, Death Dance, and then you go Resistance item.
hmm Does anyone have like a strong opinion on Bruiser Kha'Zix, either for it or against it? Anyone else?
I haven't tried it very much, so no.
Garbage.
Yeah.
I think it's just trash.
Bruiser Kha'Zix has been bad since, I believe, season 3.
hmm
And it depends how Bruiser talking, right? Like
Yeah, that's true.
They have
some
to
people
like
consider one black Cleaver Bruiser. And
Yeah.
Some people
I
like
do.
the
I know, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I
I
did.
did
I
too.
feel like you had to build it now, so it's like, do we really consider it Bruiser? I guess.
On the topic of
Yeah.
Bruiser,
That's-
on the topic of Bruiser, I kind of wanted to ask, with the Deadman's Plate changes, if you guys saw it,
No.
it's actually a lot better for champions that get into a fight, auto attack like once or twice, and then will use some dash or move speed bonus to move around the fight. And since your R for the move speed and E for the jump, both will stack Deadman's Plate. You can get like 2 fully stacked Deadman's Plate autos, often a full combo plus a couple, like another extra second of moving around in R. So, what do you guys ever think?
I'm liking the enthusiasm, but let me ask you this: would you build Deadman's Plate on Italy?
That's what I'm asking you, and I actually do that. Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do that.
You actually?
When I replace Tabby, it's actually really fucking good. So yeah, I do.
Wait, that's like.
Replacing Tabby or if I'm trolling, one of the two. Yeah.
Oh, you can proc Deadman's now at not 100 stack.
Yeah, you can proc the Deadman's at 100 stacks, but and it'll do the same amount of damage at one for every stack like that.
Bruiser Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Which would
Do
be
you
good for
think that
Kha'Zix, actually. I mean, I'm not gonna go it, but I'm saying like if you do.
I mean, I think
I honestly think you could try a Bruiser build right now, like Red.
I really do think if you are going Bruiser build, Deadman's Plate is not trolling. Like I really do think because it adds a fair amount to your damage.
Do you fucking proc the Deadman's into a Deadman's proc, into a Deadman's proc, into a
Yeah.
Randuin's proc, and they're fucking
Oh
dead.
god.
Well, like
Wait a minute.
That's
what
your
I'm confused
core.
about, like by most
Uh-huh.
people's definition, what would be a standard bruiser build? Because I think
I mean,
I think we
maybe
have
like
to
that
define
one
think I'm
tank item
picking
would be
something different.
considered. I mean, it's just up in the air, right? No one knows like what people consider, but I would say like one tank item after Cleaver. If you have a Cleaver and then one tank item, I think that's. I
wait,
would
so you're
consider
saying
that.
an actual like tank item, like no damage.
Deadman, like Spirit Visage,
Sterix
like
Gauge.
Randuin,
Sterix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I never play fucking Bruiser Kha'Zix then.
Sterix.
I think Cleaver's just enough.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
build.
I think
Maybe,
Cleaver's
I don't
just
know. Like
enough.
The
I don't
empty
know.
item
Like
is
yeah,
a
the
tank
one
item.
that
Listen,
the one
if
that
you
really
have
the
to
game
stack,
posted.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's
That's to me that's a standard.
Like,
bruiser.
if you're
I played-
building not a damage item, aka Kindle Gem, that's Bruiser.
Dry Pocket, you're just trolling.
How am I trolling?
I mean,
I
it's
posted it.
it's like
in
semantics,
the
right?
Kha'Zix discussion.
I barely go that build ever.
And that empty slot is any fucking tank item.
Like one
Or
out
a
of my
Knight's
1 out of
Vow.
20 games I go that.
Knight's Vow.
I mean,
See, I pretty much
have
do that
you
build, but
guys
with,
been watching Metaphor? He goes the Cinder Hulk with Red Smite and then the Redemption with a Locket into Knight's Vow.
Someone
I
just
thought it
read-
was really good.
I heard
Did I
that too.
just hear the little girl just read in the background? Like, are we not going to discuss that? Is this the next topic?
That's a topic.
I know messages or whatever. Jordan, what's up? Did you have something?
Okay,
to add?
like I haven't played it with the new Kha'Zix changes, but I think the best Bruiser Kha'Zix build is just going like Black Cleaver instead of Ghostblade after Duskblade.
Mhm.
You can only do it when your AD carry actually has hands, so it's not that often. But if your AD carry has hands and has like 10 kills, you can just shred the armor and just be a pillboard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, even
So,
all right, even without your AD carry being really good or whatever, or relying on your AD carry, I still think it's better because right now so many AD carries are stacking armor, so Cleaver would actually be better than Ghostblade.
yeah, especially when the Ninja Tabi Caitlyn's are unkillable. I don't know.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh.
so often.
Speaking
yeah.
of Ninja Tabby, with the there's likely going to be nerfs to Ninja Tabby.
Just remove it.
They're going to
Did you
review.
hear what they're gonna do?
Remove.
It doesn't even sound like they're gonna nerf Tabby. It's not.
They're gonna. They said right now they're looking at removing the armor and increasing the damage reduction on autos.
Yeah.
Just remove the whole item.
Interesting.
It's like I don't get how Riot can look
Dota?
at threads and then look at Tabby and then say like, oh yeah, these boots
Look
are
at
fucking
Dota.
equal. Like it's
I
just
feel
Look at Dota. They do not have defensive boots in Dota for a fucking reason. It's because you have to buy fucking boots every game. So why should there be an option to buy a defensive boot?
I
They
agree.
shouldn't be.
I miss when the game had multiple boot choices, and not
Dude,
I
just
miss
two.
the
Same.
upgrades. I miss the boot.
Two, we only have one. It's fucking Tabby. I didn't even know there was other boots in the game.
Oh well, sometimes you have
What
a
do you-
Down syndrome enemy AD carry and they go quirky, so then you don't need.
Oh
that.
yeah. Sword shoes are strong.
Hey guys, Damir
Mobility boots are pretty good as well, I think.
Kha'Zix. If you're watching the YouTube VOD, twitch.tv/Damir Kha'Zix, go
too.
give him a follow, sub.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
I just want to bring up something else though. It's like Riot really biased because if you look at like, all right, let's look at AP champs. They have Sork shoes. Okay. AD, Zerkers. All right, unlucky. All right, next. All right, Merc treads. All right.
I mean, they have two boots for AD. You go Zerkers or the
I mean,
CDR, but it just
cooldown
sucks
shoes
that they
with
both.
those.
CDR. I mean,
Yeah,
AP
CDR.
champs go that too. Hello, Vladimir.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, so you have.
Where the
two
fuck's the
choices.
lethality boots?
Oh god.
They know
Lethality boots would be dope.
Sork boots are already like.
Lethality boots would be
strong.
fucking busted, and you know it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
You get it way too early. I mean, it depends
Yeah.
how much lethality. Are we talking one lethality? Are we talking fucking 30
18,
lethality?
18 lethality like the magic.
I know.
Duskblade. Give it the Duskblade pass.
I mean, but it's like pretty much
That's
none of the
EU
other
brain
boots
at work
are
right there.
even like viable, except for like if you play an AP champ, so you can go Sork boots sometimes. But how often is your AP mid going Sork boots? Like almost never, unless you're playing Corky.
I go Sorks a lot. You either go Sorks or I own you.
I see Merc treads like.
Go
I
Merc.
see Merc treads
Merc.
almost every game on
Yeah.
Go
Mega.
watch
I mean,
Amigos.
unless you're
Don't say
playing
It
I don't
depends
see
if they're in a rough matchup, because then one person builds Mercs and then the other builds Sword.
Damir buys Merc Freds like every game.
That's a month.
Every time I watch his stream, they have like free on-hit champion, he just buys Merc Freds.
Mm.
I don't know. Clueless. I think the item is actually useless.
I don't know. I just feel like
Damir, do you
I
have
wouldn't have
a
a problem with Tabby if we had a legitimate answer, right?
Do
Like
you-
before we had Old Last Whisper. Old Last Whisper is such a good answer. If the AD carry built Tabby, I didn't give a fuck. But now it's like, if I have 5 pen items and they build 1 armor item, I'm fucked. Nothing I can
See,
do.
this monkey bans Jax when he plays Q Evolve Kha'Zix. What sense does it make?
Merc treads every game?
Huh?
Got my OPGG and link me where I buy tabbies.
No, I just recall like one game where you bought it, where it was like you were versus a G or something, and you bought like Merc Freds. So I was like,
yeah,
what the-
every game, one game, same thing. Right?
yeah, it's the same
This
thing.
guy's from EU. This guy's EU.
Yeah, I know, better server, I know.
Oh.
Like I think I'm the only person that plays on a relevant server here. Is there any
Me
EU
too.
player?
Yeah,
I mean,
the EU West or EP
EU West.
Northeast?
That server is actually, but EU Nordic is
Don't
actually
flame
better
Histy, come on.
She does better, more players.
You're flaming Histy and light.
Talk
Hang on.
about how
Oh,
Kha'Zix
I found
is,
it. I found it. Hang on. I'm posting it in Kha'Zix discussion. There it is.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh, mute your mic. Mute your mic. Fast. Go.
Oh no!
Yikes, dude.
Oh no! Hard stuck.
I still
Big
love you.
goodies.
But like I would be like Masters on NA or something, because that's
You
like.
played
Maybe.
Janna in the normals, bro.
There's a 0% chance.
You played
I
Janna.
like this meme.
You'd be like plat 5 in A.
Messages. You played Janna, bro.
But
Just
wasn't
give
like
us-
your rank 1 stuck in D5 for a day or something?
I'll
No,
take
Maybe I'd be
he
ranked
got
one,
80% win rate D1. Are you high?
No, but he was like he lost like 3 games in a row. or
He
something.
lost like he was coin flipping for a
But
day.
okay, Rat in
Conquering
real
your
life,
region
like
as
everyone
we
in Rat
speak.
in real life Discord were sniping him.
He was also playing in like Challenger ELO at that point, so I'm not seeing how that's coin flipping.
I think we can all agree.
Bad early game jungler now.
Okay.
So early game's complete dog shit.
Who's early game jungle? Who's early game? Kha'Zix.
Weird.
Yeah, this is early game bad. It's
It's
still like
probably
the same.
bad because you're taking Gathering Storm.
Yeah.
Weird.
I've felt literally no difference. If anything, it's
Yeah, I think
slightly slower.
Yeah, I
for
think I
Yeah.
tested the
clear
numbers and it's pretty much the exact
It's-
same because it's like your Q's hitting like a little bit harder, but your
Yeah.
W doesn't clear. But you're doing the
Start
ISO
blue.
thing.
It's one auto
It's
long
like-
It's literally one auto.
on both little wolves.
Yes, and that would equal.
And if you
to-
start red, it's the exact same.
It's only one more auto because you don't have absolute focus.
Yeah.
I take absolute focus. You fuck. It's one more auto.
Are you
Well,
getting low enough for your absolute focus to wear off?
After 3 camps, yes, I am low enough.
You get a pot, dude.
I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't
I don't
be.
know, like
You should. If you have
I
potion,
feel
you
like
shouldn't
early
be.
game is trash now because your Q's does less damage on your
You can just
if
get blue
you're
drop
not-
red, dude.
you're not isolated.
Okay, it's
Mm.
whatever. It's 2 more autos. It's not a big deal. It's literally the same.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much more to be said on
And,
that.
and in fact, it actually might be like honestly the same since you're getting more ISO damage on blue, Grump, and red, right? So those two autos are probably made up for
No,
somewhere.
you're not. I don't think.
No.
Aren't you?
The 15 lower base damage, you actually do like the same amount of ISO damage pretty much.
I thought it was slightly more.
So it's
No.
basically the same amount of ISO damage, 15 less on ISO damage.
Yeah, so I haven't tried red blue Gromp instead of red.
Yeah, I think red blue
haven't
Gromp is probably a lot better. Yeah, red blue Gromp's better this for sure.
Really?
Alright,
I haven't
sounds
touched it yet.
really
I
sad.
haven't tried it.
Wolves is like a free ass camp. That's why
Yeah.
I never. I don't know. I guess I'll try it.
Wolves, you take no damage, and
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. Grump hits
Gromp
pretty
does
hard.
like Gromp hits pretty hard for Gromp hits pretty hard for like 3 autos and then does like 30 damage a hit. And it
Well, that's
actually-
because their Grump is bugged and it doesn't actually hit you after the first 3.
What?
You're not watch after like the auto attack like weird change. they did
you're
with Grump.
trolling. Okay, Rob's trolling. Never mind. Let's move on to the next topic.
Alright, dude. I bet you. I know something you don't. It's fine.
Okay.
So
Wait,
We-
quick question. Can you
what's
kite
up?
Gromp, or is no point?
There's not
Yeah.
really a point. Like you can barely do it.
Yeah.
You can do it, but to an extent. But as soon as so you can block like I think it's 1 or 2 autos total, and then after that you just sit there
Yep.
and take. What?
When he's moving forward?
Yep.
You can really only kite Grump for the first couple autos. If you try and do it when he has low attack speed.
No, don't run up
Yeah.
to Damir. Their top's collapsing. Oh, you're fucking dead, dude. Later. Oh,
Yeah.
nice flash. Nice
we
flash.
did a poll about the worst jungler to play against. That's Kha'Zix. Everyone voted for Warwick.
Was it
Highest.
Warwick?
I think it's
Warwick wins every
Udyr.
melee matchup.
I think it's Udyr.
What would
I
we
don't
say on
know.
like the Warwick matchup? Does anyone want to go first on that?
If his E is down, you win.
Just ban him. I don't
Ban
know.
him.
Why would-
Literally
I
ban it. Actually,
I haven't played that matchup because.
Wait, are you guys that bad at dealing with Warwick? I think Warwick's not a hard matchup. I ban
You just said you
J4
banned
every
him.
game.
Wait, just let
I
Rob
ban
talk.
J4 every single
You
Oh,
can
game.
dumpster
let
J4.
Rob Talkie
Dumpster
elaborate.
J4 100%.
Can we please go one at a
Yes,
time?
please. Let Rob
Wait.
Talkie elaborate on why it's
All
an
you
easy
have to
matchup.
do is walk away from his E and you can outduel him every
It's
time.
not about what
That's
it was.
exactly
You
what
want
I
to go to
said.
custom right now, dog?
Please.
Yeah,
Nutty,
go
just
ahead.
let him talk. Let him get the full point out, and then we can respond. All right.
I don't know. I've never lost to a Warwick, so. I mean,
And it's only just the W, the dodge.
what? It's
It's-
yeah, literally just dodge that and you're fine. As
Auto-
soon as you're 6, you should always beat him. And pre that, you could just walk away from his E.
Alright.
I like if you're dueling him early, you have your jump and you have your flash, unless you blew it at level 1 for some reason.
Did you have a response, Saber, about Warwick matchup?
I just don't think about like matchup is about 1-on-1 the whole time.
agreed.
Sure.
If Warwick
How
counter
can you
ganks you,
beat most people?
you're boned.
Hmm.
Double agreed.
Yeah, Warwick
So-
is like Warwick's really bad if he gets counter ganked, but if he counter ganks you, yeah, good luck
Yeah.
summoner.
Imagine this: you're ganking top, right? He has fucking celerity, water walking, W active. You're fucking boned. So it's not, yeah. So counter jungle pressure is really high in Warwick, and he's not someone you can fight easily.
Yeah.
Type in op.gg Parnelli X. That guy hits challenger playing Warwick. Anyone can do it. Ban the champion.
Wait, Parnelli's clean though. He may
Goes to
be an early
Indiana-
season
you know-
challenger, but
okay.
he's clean.
He
Oh,
goes
boy.
to Indiana University. They play in the Big Ten with me. They did not win a single game. You wanna
I
know
mean,
why?
he's
Because
a
Warwick
Warwick-
was banned
Yeah.
every single
Okay,
game.
but
The
he's
guy
a boy.
absolutely intentionally
But-
banned
Okay,
every
I'm just gonna
game.
throw this out there. If there's 10 people in Challenger that have never been past D3 in their entire career,
Wait, but they have
only
like,
play Warwick,
He was master for a lot of last season. His just because he ended diamond doesn't like
He's
that
the
much.
last 2 of Warwick's.
unlucky, dude. Never mind. I'm just.
I don't know why we're talking about the NA ladder.
Anyway.
Dude, this guy's actually D5 US 1.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's probably
Oh.
better than that.
Honestly, I just think the EU. I think the EU language barrier.
Everyone, shut up. Let's move on because
Yeah.
we're getting way too
So
off topic
anyone,
again.
does anyone have any thoughts on why Warwick is the bad matchup and what you can do to counteract it?
Ban Warwick.
Ban
you can't
Warwick.
be proactive against him because if he counter ganks you, you lose. And
And sustain
he
his
actually
cancer.
doesn't take any brain to play at all because all he does is follow the blood set and then
All,
like he
all
takes
his
his hands
abilities
off
are
the keyboard.
dodgeable, right?
What?
Except
I
for
mean,
his
no, you
Q,
dodge that.
presumably. I mean, you can dodge it with your
Warwick
ulti.
land ult on you. He's bad,
Hmm.
which You should always land ult
I
on you
mean,
100% of the
you
time.
could flash out of the way.
It's a
or
lot
jump
like
out
the
of
Lee
way.
Sin matchup, in my opinion. If he misses one of his abilities, he should lose it. But if he doesn't miss, then you should be fucking.
You
in
could
theory.
also make him miss one of the abilities by just
That's
flashing
true. You
away.
could make a Lee Sin miss his Q as well. So that just
Unless
supports
he's
my
really
argument
good.
even
Yeah,
more.
just-
The thing is about, like, let's say Lee Sin, like, if you dodge Lee Sin ability, yes, you do win the fight if he fights you, but he doesn't have to fight you. Like, he literally can do whatever the fuck he wants.
The only reason
Warwick
thing about
can
that
take
is
it off the way.
Yep.
the only thing about the Lee Sin matchup is that Lee Sin still wins even if he misses Q.
Nah, I don't.
What?
No, if he misses Q, you 100% get.
All right. What do
Yeah.
I know about Lee
Should
Sin?
win
Should I-
10
should
out
I
of 10
move that
times.
Softer.
This is where we play the Rabaki fail clip where he kicks people away and then W's out. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
someone
also
get that
look at
clip.
like my multiple Lee Sin games where I win by 5 minutes,
Yeah,
but
that happens.
unlucky
I mean-
game yesterday I went 23-8 and lost, but
If you're on EU, you can make them miss their skill shot by DDoSing them. It's another tactic.
It's a special key.
It's another strat.
Comment messages.
I don't know.
He's experienced with this. Doesn't want to reveal
Actually,
secrets.
got the drop packed some time ago. I don't know. It was lucky. D5E West.
Jensen, huh?
Oh, no.
Jensen's back. Or...
Vega Dex.
Oh no. Yeah.
Wait,
So
what's the topic now?
next topic
Next
would be
champion.
the current metagame. We can't go too
What?
far into matchups. Honestly, we're already going 30 minutes over. So any like general metagame thoughts from like a jungler
Metagame.
perspective, like
What
Pray your bots
would be the most
Better bot lane wins. I don't know.
Yeah.
better bot lane wins always, of course.
Dodge if they go Syrakan. I don't know.
so just prioritize bot lane if you're a jungler.
If you have A-Girl dodge as well, they will fucking int.
Not
The
always.
problem is you have to be smart about prioritizing bot lane as Kha'Zix, because if you're against a good enemy bot lane, they're just gonna turn on you and smack that ass. Like,
Yeah, you need
Or
to
you
set
just
up.
if you're
lane
playing
gank them 4
Xayah,
times, you
if
win
you're
every
against
game.
Xayah, good luck ganking that lane if the Xayah is good. I mean, a potato Xayah you can run over, but a good Xayah will just one-shot you. Nothing
Nutty.
footwork.
I have
So-
a quick question. Someone wrote, should you be prioritizing objectives and picks instead of grouping? We can just
I
answer
mean,
that quickly.
that's just like it's a judgment
Objectives
call.
are number
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Picks
I
are
mean, it
number
depends,
two.
right? Like,
Fights
it
are number three.
What situation? It's so situational, right? Like
Yeah.
at what time, how much vision they have, like where their team is. It's all
Mhm.
situational.
Yeah, it's not an easy question to tackle. There's no one
It's like-
fits all answer.
Yeah.
It's like a priority system. Like you look at Drake. Can you do Drake right now? No. Can't do Drake. Can you gank a lane? No. Can you take some camps? Yeah, sure. Take camps. It's just like a priority system. You have to like do a checklist.
hmm
I was taught that you do what's called a figure 8 on the map, and you continue to like look around the map in like an 8 form, like in your head, and like you see, can I do this objective? No, you return to the 8 and just do your camp.
And you just
Can
start
you
ice
gank?
skating.
What?
Go to your 8.
You just
Some
start
luck.
ice skating, right?
I'm pretty sure this is called a line. You look at top lane. Oh, you
No,
look
no,
at
no,
mid lane.
it's
Oh,
like
you
you-
look at dragon. Oh, you look at bot lane. Okay.
I don't know, but I was taught by one of my coaches here. It's like figure 8.
What ranks your coach?
Was he 8 years old?
I don't care about the rank, dude. He's actually like really was one of the analyst thieves at the start of this week.
Cool.
I wonder why he's no longer the analyst.
Oh,
Anyway.
All right. So,
roasted.
does anyone else have any closing thoughts or any extra things on jungle matchup, or not jungle matchup, the metagame, or Kha'Zix,
Better
how he
bot
fits into the meta right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kha'Zix
alright.
definitely
You want the
better right
best
now.
advice you
bot
can
lane.
get? You want the best advice you get? If your bot lane gets tower first, you tell them to go top, and you absolutely do nothing but sit there for 10 minutes until they get that tower, and then when they go mid, you go do drag.
That's. I mean, I think I got better advice than that. If you main Kha'Zix, pick another champion because you're not going to get him this season.
Oh, that was gonna be the last topic on that. Was how do you guys feel about the
Basically.
bans?
Permaban.
Yeah, what do
I
you
mean-
guys think about the bans? Is it?
You get to
I don't
play
think
Kha'Zix
anyone
one
likes
out of
it.
10.
I was
No, of
was
course, of course.
super surprised. I actually got him most of the time yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
I
It's
think
like
I
every
played
other day.
8 games and only had to not play them 2 games. So
Play in lower elo, it'll be open. The lower elo
Higher
you
elo is
are,
always
the more
better.
it's open.
And then they complain, Damir, why do you always smurfing on, you know?
Dude, you actually haven't played high elo for like 3 seasons. What do you mean?
Whoa.
I
So
mean,
you
you got
count Rune, right? Count Rune.
Every season.
It's true.
He early seasoned master, I think, this season and last.
Damir was challenger. What do you mean?
Challenger like 3 times.
Yeah, he was
last
challenger
season.
like 2 or 3 times last season. It might have been early, but you know, it was still challenger.
Challenger 0 LP? Or
Is that possible? Is this
Fine.
OCE?
yeah, you can get Challenger 0 LP.
Can confirm, is it possible? It's possible.
Tingus has actually been challenger negative LP. And OCE.
That is also possible. You just play on like dead servers like Oceania,
Ooh.
Latin America North, Latin
Ooh.
America South, EU Northeast, EU West.
And,
OCE.
You need like 50 LP to be challenger in NA, I don't know.
OCE still has
West
better
is
comments
like
than
2K
EU.
LP.
OCE still has better comments than EU. Lol.
Okay.
What's
No,
the
see, you can be like Diamond 5 and it's challenger.
Chaos is the only good one.
I
Chaos
don't know.
Talon, man.
That's
Yeah.
true. He's a
Yeah, he's a
Mundo
fucking
main.
Talon, man.
He's a Mundo main. Alright, so I guess we can close it with the PBE changes. Has anyone kept up with them? There's some interesting
There's
ones.
no point in watching PB changes.
Not
In
even
my
like,
opinion.
Sun and Leap is the only thing, right?
No, that's
There-
already been reverted.
yeah, there's like,
Being
there's like,
reverted?
What they said about sudden impact is that they want it. It's way too good on its best users, and so they're trying to. They don't want that to be so good on its best users, but they said that's not the direction they want to go with it. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
yeah,
I
I'm glad.
would
I knew that
prefer
wasn't
sudden
gonna go.
impact if it had a long cooldown, but it did more.
It'd be
Not
Electrocute.
way more that to the point that
I mean, that's pretty much.
It
Isn't
would
that
be
like?
Electrocute.
That
That's-
just benefits junglers.
That's like basic. Yeah, okay. I would like something if it did more about how long cool. That's like jungling. That's
no, because
Assassins in general.
right now it would actually be better on Kha'Zix because you're getting like 3 or 4 procs off, which is like kind of busted, right? And that's exactly what they're saying. It's like when you get so many procs off, it's like it's way too strong on best users.
Holly.
That's why you should make its cooldown longer and give you more lethality because it'd be better on everyone overall. Like
I don't think it'd be better on everyone because then people that like dash like once, like okay, to take like Nocturne, if he takes sudden impact, no matter how much army you have, he just fucking like one shots you because of it. You know what I'm saying?
Rengar.
Just go extreme.
yeah, like it would be too strong. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I agree.
I think there are too many champions for it to be then too strong on.
Well, it depends. It's all that magic number, right? Like you can tune the number. Like we're just thinking of 2 completely different numbers, right? You're probably thinking like, oh, they're gonna buff the lethality by like 10. I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna buff the lethality by 1 or 2. Like it's different because the number game is what really matters at the end of the day, right? Like what they change the lethality to, and not the cooldown. So it really depends on how much lethality they change. That's why talking about like balancing stuff. A lot of people are like, there's 2 extremes because you don't discuss the number, the exact number. No. Because it's like right now, if I said, it's like when people get angry when I say I want to buff Kha'Zix, it's like isolated Q and nerf his un-ISO damage. It's like people think I want his ISO Q to just one-shot someone no matter what, without lethality, without fucking AD. You know? Like people just assume that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are
Uh,
you supposed to do?
Suck the stick. Anyways,
Nice.
uh,
Good
next up.
insight. Very good constructive insight. So, alternative? Is there like an alternative you'd suggest, Nutty?
Like how much lethality you want to buff it by?
Yeah, I guess like how you would.
Not. I think
do it.
sudden impact is fine as it is. To be honest, like I don't know.
I mean, the problem with it, right, is exactly what Riot said. Like, once again, Riot's good at identifying problems. Problem is, they don't fix it correct. They do it the
Yeah.
complete opposite of how they should. My prediction is they're going to up the cooldown by a lot and then, like, double the lethality. And then people are just going to one-shot everyone.
Maybe, yeah.
Double lethality.
It's kind of
Jeez.
retarded.
Just go all out. Have only 1 Q a whole game, but it crashes everyone's game. Right?
Yeah.
Just do that. It'll be OP.
Be
So
like
the
the EUS kind of.
Yeah, the EUS changes. So the PBE changes that didn't get reverted was cut down went from 10% to 12%. I don't know if that's worth mentioning.
It could still get reverted. That's the only problem about talking about PB change. Because they had
Yeah.
I
those
mean, is it really
amazing
worth
Kane
even if
buffs,
it doesn't get reverted? Like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck about cut down?
and
Yeah,
we don't.
Coop's
Kha'Zix
better.
doesn't take secondary precision.
Because it's like old Coop was just better than
Yeah.
this cut down. And,
You don't take precision, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, exactly.
So the zombie
If
word also got changed. Thoughts on that?
Remove it.
I still think zombie ward is just way too good no matter what, as long as they don't like, as long as you're not like smurfing where you're gonna get 20 kills in 5 minutes. I think zombie ward is still just better. Like having the extra D is nice, but like again, it's not. Vision's just better. Like vision's just better. There's only so many ways you can get vision in League, and getting vision for free is getting vision for free. That's my
That's
opinion on
fair.
it.
So
Yeah, stop what? Remove zombie ward. It's all.
It's better for higher elo, zombie ward.
yeah. I guess the last thing we could bring on until we do like open Q&A would be the minions.
I have a lot of questions for
What?
messages.
Did you guys see the changes to the minions? Like the
Yeah, I
cannon,
think it's more
super...
early game gold, like a lot more early game gold.
No, it's actually less gold early for the minions.
I'll post
Sure.
it in the discussion
Yeah,
channel.
what they said is it's about 1% less gold before 20 minutes and about 1% more gold post 20 minutes.
I put it in the discussion channel. All the minion shit.
Let's see.
Just like the gold values are changed a bit.
Oh, cannon.
Wait, but all their base gold values got increased. Is that? Am I reading that wrong?
Time to
No.
max more.
Holy shit. That's actually a lot, dude.
Yeah.
If all the base gold of all the minions got up, then why is it less?
Let me double check if they changed it, but that's where did you post it?
It's in COD discussion, the screenshot.
This is
For
an
the
indirect.
current-
No, caster minions got reduced by 3.
Yeah, but supers are up by what is that? 25.
Cannons are up by 15.
Or 15. Yeah, 15 plus 1, 3. So that's 18 every 3 waves.
You missed the cannon. You just type open mid. You just type open. He's actually gonna do that. The support's gonna see the AD misses. Yes, he's gonna wear you.
And Nutty, you get 6 less gold per wave, and then you have 3 waves per cannon, so you get 18 less gold for all 3 waves, and you get plus 15 gold per cannon. So yeah, you get less gold.
Okay. All right, that makes.
3 less gold.
Because they made the caster.
If you get every single minion, you get 3 less gold per 3 waves.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
if you miss
Huge
cannon,
shit.
you're fucked. Actually,
If you
Wait,
miss
why,
cannon,
why are
open
they
mid.
doing this?
So in general, is this a buff? Is this a buff or nerf to gold?
It's
Oh.
1% less gold early, 1% more gold late.
1%.
But the thing is why are they doing this change? Like,
What the
why are
fuck- what's
cannon
the
minions
point?
so important? What are they doing? I don't know.
This will be reverted.
Metalord talked a shit ton about it on quick gameplay thoughts. Let me try and find it.
Hmm.
It'll be reverted.
I like how these health bar size visually increased.
Oh.
Because people keep missing it.
They're also upping the health, so it's gonna be harder to last hit, and it's gonna give more gold. So if you miss it, you're fucked.
Everyone's gonna run minion
Well, the
damage.
health doesn't matter because you always lasted it. You just have to get more used to the health bar.
Oh, and health
No,
increase
like
was-
the actual health amount was. It's not the bar.
Yeah, but that doesn't actually matter because you're still doing the same
Yeah, it
amount of
doesn't matter. You're killing it at one
I
auto.
guess,
Anyway.
but yeah, I guess because the bar's gonna be you're gonna have to wait until the bar's at a
You
lower.
just have to
amount.
learn the new bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
It's not like
making
you're
it
clicking every
visually
bit,
clear.
looking at the number. Like you only do that when you have nothing else.
You do that. You do that for the siege.
Yeah, if you have nothing else to do. Like if you're busy trading or
What
like.
do
busy-
mid laners actually get to do other than wave clear? I think to play this game.
I mean, it's not like mid lane's the only lane in the game, dog. Like,
AD, I think AD will matter, but top and mid. It
yeah, bot,
and
bot
like,
your
and
train,
AD
you're
has
trading,
relic
like,
shield.
Um,
AD have relic shield. Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess. If you're running a fucking melee support, but you don't run melee support every game. I mean, you do for a majority, but.
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter, and I think this change will be reverted because it's on PB.
Okay.
Like most changes.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
So-
it'll probably come like a later patch. That's what they usually do. They put it on the PBE for one patch, and then it comes like 2 patches later.
They keep looking like they had those minion changes on last PB, and they reverted them like the third to last day or something. Like they're trying to figure out something because mid lane's really unhealthy right now. See, this guy's just slushed FF. Damir's actually trying to FF 20 minutes, and he says he plays for Gathering Storm.
I'm
Fuck.
watching his stream.
I'm actually watching you say FF right now.
Yeah, he flamed the whole fucking
I'm
game.
calling you out. I'm calling you out.
Smart Caitlyn.
But
yeah,
it'll probably be reverted. It doesn't matter for jungle.
I did have
Uh,
one of
It
my
really
other
doesn't matter for
questions.
jungle.
Yeah.
I mean, it matters if
It
I walk
would
up.
actually be nice.
No. It matters if I walk up into my laner's lane, just back that cannon.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah, it
it'll
matters
also
a
be
lot.
nice
a lot of
because
free gold
people,
from the dog.
yeah, and it
Mhm.
punishes bad players for missing CS more. So as long as you're staying power farmed, you'll actually be like caught up in gold, assuming the other
Yeah,
player's
true,
bad.
yes. Then it's another fucking power farm buff.
It
Unlucky.
lets you reset your lane better for cannon. So
I
you can
just don't
max-
understand.
Guys, can I go off topic here and show you what NA high elo looks like?
Sure.
No,
Go
nobody. Oh God.
on. I mean,
I'll click.
just
I'll
you can
click on-
post it, but I don't want to talk about it very much.
Yeah, please.
I did want to ask one question. It's kind of going back to items.
I saw this clip.
Oh wait. Oh, I love this one. This is a good clip. Oh yeah. Ghostblade versus Duskblade after Warrior. I know Tingus was building that.
I put it in. I put it in.
But if you like, I think the core is still Duskblade off the Warrior. Just because it's damage. It's raw damage, but if you don't really need the damage, I think Ghostblade's pretty good.
So it's like just personal feeling preference, or
Yeah, I guess so.
Every first time Kha'Zix I've seen in solo queue have went like Ghostblade instead of Duskblade now.
Oof.
But they're all inting, so.
Like Duskblade is, it's not like it's bad now or anything, but
Yeah, I don't know. They're retarded.
it still does damage. So
Yeah, it has some.
Yeah, it's still
US
200 free
damage.
damage. It's like compare the move speed to 200 damage. Like, which one do you want? It's up to
yeah.
There you go,
You-
messages.
you-
I brought you US footage.
Drop Pack Season 7. Pretty good meme.
The game just fucking gone.
Oh fuck! I forgot when everyone used to drop hack, dude. Oh, the nostalgia just hit me so hard. That was
Yeah.
retarded, dude. I hated
Still
that.
happens on the West.
It
So
still
many
happens,
people used
yeah,
to
it's-
drop hack. Oh,
Used to. He says used to.
people still drop hack. I haven't gotten drop
How do
hacked in
you-
like fucking
How
3
do
years
you?
or something.
Oh my god. People
Make any
still drop
US
hack.
Smurf and play some D5 elo.
Messages is like drop hacking as we speak. This game.
Yeah.
He literally just dropped the game in normals right now. He said, "Ah, fuck this."
Wait, people drop hack in EU still? Is that why there's so many bad players
lot.
in high elo in EU right now? Or
No, I don't know.
I'm
I
on.
don't even want to look at this.
I think the
real
bad
quick.
players on EU, they just go and play on NA and get challenger there.
Dude, Woolite is
Good
ranked 3. What do you mean, dude? Woolite is ranked 3. Don't tell me this. Messages.
I mean, wouldn't he get rank 1 on like NA?
Dude, I miss old league. Fuck.
Okay,
This drop hack video.
we can probably wrap
what
up.
did
we can
rank
probably
39?
wrap up, please, and then we can
We're
go
done
off
here.
off in the world.
He's pretty bad, I
So
guess.
All right, let's wrap up.
Like,
do you
uh,
think-
Thank you
Conquer
guys for
Kha'Zix,
watching
please.
the seminar, guys.
Yeah.
If your heart's stuck, come to the server and
I'm
we
already
will help
hatched
you.
If you're going Gathering Storm, don't FF at 10 minutes. Don't play
If you
Damir.
don't enjoy League, go play Fortnite. It's a
Yes.
better game.
I hate when my bot lane's Fortnite.
The
If
VOD
your
will
bot
be-
dies level 3, leave the game, play Fortnite, you'll have more
Or
fun.
you drop
I
back the
promise.
game.
Yeah, just
Why
drop
am I
it.
Unless you're US, then DM messages, follow messages on Twitter at messages.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
So am I.
He has good original memes he gets from Zach's Twitter, actually. He
My
made
team
them
always
himself.
drops Dusty. My bot lane always drops Dusty deeper, so they get no loot. So
Yeah,
I
Is
lose.
that a fucking Australian cunt here?
It is.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck you, cunt.
Now we have to end it
Fuck
now
you,
before
man.
it's
How
too
you
late.
doing?
Alright, we gotta end it quick. We gotta
You
end
like
it
the
quick.
Wi-Fi here? It's actually just someone on Centrelink running back and forth with my emails.
Where's
Not
Waffle?
bad.
Wait, so New Zealanders and Australians are
What
like,
language did you just speak?
Japanese.
Alright. So
Thanks
if
for
it-
watching.
If anyone wants to,
Bye-bye.
there's a VOD on our YouTube. It'll be up in the week. If anyone wants to see all the timestamps.
Bot F words. Lol.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Yeah, good memes.